Good evening and welcome to episode number 7 of the Wrestling Report. My name's Stephen Fairbairn, as always, and I'm here today in a slightly different environment. We've had a few issues with our normal studio, but thankfully Chris has opened up this lovely room for us at his Wrestling Academy to allow us to shoot here today. So we're doing a slightly different format, a little bit more informal. Not gonna lie, I actually quite like this. I might have to make this something that we do perhaps in the other studio. But as I say, I'm here today with the owner and operator of FTW Wrestling, which is Full Tilt Wrestling. And this is Chris. Chris, welcome. Thank you for coming on.
Hello, cheers for having us on.
Nice one. Thank you very much. If you'll just indulge us, I know, as I say, we're in a slightly different environment, so I don't have the boardings I would normally have on the wall, but I would like to still just give a shout out to my sponsors. We have Valves and Vibes Motor Company, who do custom Land Rover Defenders, not Discoveries as I've been saying. Defenders with folding tent roofs, worth a look. Like I say, a new company, don't have a website yet, but they are on Facebook. Check them out, maybe throw them some business. It's a mate of mine's business, he's a good lad. And also, he runs a company called Insane Competitions, which is one of those pay-to-play competition sites that are on Facebook. Check them out. They do, I think, draws from about 50 pence up to, much bigger draws for much bigger prizes. You can win things like AirPods, Ray-Ban Meta glasses, Xboxes, things like that. Like, give them a look. Again, that's Insane Competitions. Check them out. Right then, so Chris, again, thank you for coming on. Just give us a little bit of a background. How long have you done this? How long have you operated FTW? And obviously, how did you get into it?
It's a bit of a long question, but I'll start from the beginning. So I started wrestling when I was 24, 2008. Basically, how I got into it was I used to play like ice hockey. Right. I played it quite competitively, and like the 2008 back end of the season, I got into a little bit of more trouble than I normally did. So basically, in hockey, and obviously you can fight and stuff like that.
One of my favourite sports. I love ice hockey.
I had 7 fights in 4 games.
Wow.
So they were like, so the way it normally happens was like after every game, the referee would like write out his match report, anything that happens, and that gets sent off to the league. Then obviously if anything happens, the league would like sort something out. So something happened where like nothing got done for over a month, so I was still playing when I probably shouldn't have been playing the other games. So I ended up getting suspended for like 6 months.
Oh God, really?
And like in ice hockey, it's a little bit different to like other sports. Is like when you get banned from playing, you can't even train.
Oh wow! Right.
So I wasn't allowed to go to the ice rink. I couldn't skate with my team and that. So I was like, I needed something to do.
Right.
So I looked on the internet one night, and I found 3 things that I was sort of like interested in. So one of them was mixed martial arts. And
I've tried my hands unsuccessfully at that.
Yeah, well, I sort of like, I was just like, it is. I was like, I got punched in the face all the time. I don't really want to like do another sport where I'm getting punched in the face. And when I looked on the website for this MMA gym, I didn't like the look of the 2 trainers. They had like a picture of them, and I was like, if I go there and I tell them I play hockey and that, I'm like, they just kind of want to chin us to like prove a point in that.
Make an example of you, kind of.
Yeah, so I was like, I don't want to go there. Then the next one was Wing Chun.
All right, Chinese boxing.
Yeah. So I love like martial arts films. I love like the film Wing Chun anyways, with Jackie Chan and I was like, I'd be interested in it. But then again, I looked on the website and it was some like, I don't know, white dude, and I was like, I don't really want to be learning like, I don't want to go to someone for like training. I was just
no, that's fair enough.
Then the third thing I found was wrestling. Right. And like I've always loved professional wrestling since I was a kid, but obviously I played ice hockey, so I was just like, guns are tired, guns. I know like the taking their moves and bumps and guns. I know that's gonna be bad, but like, can't be as bad as ice hockey guns. So we'll give it a go. So literally it was like 11:30 at night.
Right.
And I messaged I don't even think it was a website. I think it was like a bloody
like an instant message,
like one of them blog pages.
Oh, right.
So I messaged and I was like, I I'm interested in that, and I actually got a message back saying, we've got training, and it was like the next day, like, do you want to come to training? So I was just like sitting there and I was like, you know how it is, I'm going to go.
What, so you went legitimately the next day?
The next
wow,
day.
Christ, right.
And like I didn't know at the time, but I come to find out like when I messaged them on the night was like the day of the 9th anniversary.
Oh, right.
So they just had the 9th anniversary show, and I messaged the page or whatever, and the guy was like, "I come down, we'll train tomorrow." So I went with like a preconceived notion. I was like, "Oh, it's wrestling, and I've seen it on TV, and I know what they'll be doing."
Yeah.
And then when I turned up, there was literally just 2 people there.
All right.
So there was like the guy that was the trainer, Paulie C, and then the other person who was there was Boogie, Adam Christ.
All right, yes, yes.
Both of them looked worse for wear because they both just had like 2 big, like massive matches. And I was the only person there.
Oh, God, right.
So they were like, normally we'll have more people for training than this. It's like, do you want to come in the ring? So I was like, all right. So my very first session was like a 4-hour training session.
Jesus Christ.
And it only ended because we'd done like the bumps and stuff like that, and like it wasn't hard to pick up because like in ice hockey there's sort of a similar thing. So like as a kid, when you learn how to skate and that, like obviously you're going to fall over.
Yeah, of course.
So they teach a version of like taking a back bump.
Oh, do they really? Right.
It's, like I wouldn't say it's exactly the same, but like
Is it basically so you don't get hurt?
Yeah, so you don't bang your head. So like you get taught when you fall like on your skates and that is like you tuck your chin,
right,
and you try and use like your elbows,
like a brace
to land.
kind of thing. Yeah.
Because obviously you've got like elbow pads on. So the bump and stuff. The only thing I really struggled with was like obviously a flip bump, because obviously I was like, well, back then I was like, I'm now about 18 stone.
Right.
And you don't really get 18 stone people flipping. If you do, you know, it's like...
Mate, I weigh 14 stone and I'm not certain I could do it, you know what I mean?
So we've done all that, and then they were like, oh, we'll teach you how to do some punches and stuff like that.
Did that all come quite naturally to you as well, do you think?
Yeah, well, again, like playing ice hockey and that, like I used to fight a lot in ice hockey, so I knew how to throw a punch, but I didn't know how to pull one.
See, I think that's the thing I'd struggle with, because I've boxed on and off, and you wouldn't think of looking at me now, but I've boxed on and off since I was a young kid. And then when I was taught to punch, you'd basically taught to keep going until it stops kind of thing.
Yeah,
you know
well,
what I mean?
that's basically what happened. So, like, obviously, we've done a little bit like practice go of it, and then we've done like a live go of it, and I broke the guy's nose.
Oh, Christ.
Again, it was by accident, but it was like obviously we started doing punches, and then, you know, obviously playing hockey and that.
Yeah.
When it come down to having a fight, like the red mist would come down.
Yeah,
and
I get that.
whatever happens. And like one thing I do say is like wrestling taught us like a lot of self-control.
Really?
Yeah, because obviously...
I suppose you're holding back your natural instincts to fight, aren't you?
But plus also was like... well, I'm jumping a little bit ahead, but... So I started training. I think it would have been like August, late August maybe.
Right.
And literally I trained for about like 4 months, and then I got like my first ever like bit in the ring.
Wow, so only in 4 months you were in?
Yeah.
Wow, right, okay.
Because like literally there was training like 3 times a week, and I was just there every...
So you obviously took to it, you know, pretty quickly, and
well, it was just, it was like, do you know when like you do something and you're like, you know what it is? I want to get better at it. Like
that's what I was like with kickboxing years ago.
It was like the exact same feeling I got when I first like started to play like ice hockey. So when I first started that, everyone would be like, ice hockey in the UK? And then once I started doing it, I was like, oh well, I can skate now. I want to learn how to like play with a puck and that. It was the same wrestling. Was like, right, I've learned how to bump. Like, I want to take a move. Right. Then it was like, all right, I want to have a match. And then it just went on from there. And it was just like,
who was your first match against? Can you remember?
Well, my first ever bit was a run-in.
Oh, was it? Right, okay.
It was on one of Paul's shows, Paul Wild.
Right.
He used to like do like a Christmas show every year in Throckley.
Right.
So they were like do you want to do like a run-in? So I was like, all right. I goes, but I haven't got a name. I haven't got like a gimmick. And they were like, oh, it's all right. You're just going to do like a fancy dress. So I was like, all right. Like, what am I going to wear? And they were like, we want you to be a clown.
Awesome. I knew you were going to say that.
So I was like, all right then. So I was like, I'm going to be a clown, but I want to look like my kind of clown. So I got, they got us like a clown outfit, and it didn't fit us. So I got like I basically took my thingy from Slipknot. So I was like, I wore like
as in the Sean Crown from
so I put like a sleeves cut off on the bloody all-in-one bloody work suit and that.
Awesome.
Had my boots on, and I painted my face. And
that would be bloody terrifying, that.
well, it was.
Awesome.
And literally what I had to do was, there was I think it was either a 3 tag match or a 4 tag team. And I just had to come out, chin everyone, and then walk away.
Awesome.
So
was it going to be like a mystery as to who you were and everything? Is that?
Well, it was just like, I was the new guy. Do you know what I mean? So like, no one had actually ever seen us other than like the people I trained with.
So it was a genuine surprise. Right?
Yeah. So it was like, this is the new guy. And the total was like, oh, you can go out. Like, you've got to like, I don't know, 2-3 minutes or something like that. Because I had like, obviously, babyface tag. There was 2 babyface tag teams, 2 heel tag teams, something like that. And one of them was these 2 brothers called the Minto Brothers.
Right.
So like, they'd sporadically come into training and that. So like, I was like, right, I'm gonna go out. I'm gonna chin use 2 and that. Do like I think one was a power bomb, and then the other one was a spine buster.
So impact moves as well.
Yeah. So I was like, all right, 3 minutes. I've got loads of time. Went out and done it. Come back, and they're like, yeah, we're only out there for like a minute.
Oh God!
And I was
really?
like, what? And they were like, yeah, a minute. And I was just like, oh. And that was the first time I realized like how quick, like, stuff goes on.
Not to rush your spots and that.
Yeah, because obviously when you're doing stuff and that, you think, all right, this is like, I've been doing this now for like a minute or something, or 2 minutes, and like, no, like 20 seconds, and you're like,
love it.
Shit.
Do you know when I record this? That's what it feels like. Sometimes I feel like we've only been talking like 20 minutes.
Yeah.
And if you look at it and think I've got a show under an hour and a half.
Yeah. Because it's just one of them things. But so that was like my first taste, and then I was just like, you know what it is? I really like this wrestling.
Awesome.
And then slowly what happened was, because I used to like play ice hockey a lot. Like, I used to like train 4 days a week, play like a game every week.
You're always into it, right?
And like, what happened was, it slowly just went like this. Like, this was hockey, I was wrestling, and I just went. It got there, and when I was doing like equal amounts, it got like a little bit hard.
Right.
Because, like I said, it learned to control my anger. So when I come to playing hockey games, like,
well, you're not the same.
Yeah. My whole thing when I played hockey was I was actually the enforcer. Like, that's me wrestling, but that was actually me role in hockey. So it'd be like, if some player on the other team was being a bit of a dick, my coach would be like, right, Kris, go out there, sort them out.
Right.
So sort them out could either mean like fucking, intimidate them, hit them with like a hard body check, or like have a fight with them.
Christ, right.
But it started to get like, I started cutting promos.
What, in the hockey?
Yeah, I started cutting promos on people, and it sort of just went a little bit tits up. Like, I started like being like a bit of a dick. So like, during hockey matches, I would do like legit wrestling moves. So
some hockey fans have probably never seen before.
Well, this on me Facebook, there's like 3 pictures. One, I give someone a spine buster on the ice.
I bet that hurt.
Like that one was like the one where like I got told off for that. Stop that. Clothesline a few people more than a few times. That one was a good one to get away with, because I just like, it was just my arm, I got caught.
I've seen that in hockey matches in the NHL, to be fair.
And then one game I was playing, the guy was like 6'8" or something like that. And we were wrestling against the boards, and like he knocked us on the floor. So I literally done like a drop down toe hold on him, and then I put him in like a body scissors.
On the ice.
Yeah, and then the ref was like, you need to let go of him. And I was like, no, I'm not letting go of him. But
he wouldn't have known what the hell was going on, would he?
So then my coach was like, yeah, Kris, was like, you can't
That's awesome.
keep doing wrestling moves. I was just, it was funny.
Yeah, that sounds it. I wish I'd been at those games. So do you know nothing at all involved with hockey now? Very
Nah,
little,
like the last time I played was like last year.
Right. Still quite recent though, all things.
Yeah, but like it's so like if you stop doing it, then it's like
I can imagine. Yeah,
it takes a lot to get going. Like
it's the fastest sport in the world.
I've wanted to go back a few times, but then to go back, then I would have to like really like stop doing wrestling as much as I'm doing. So it's like I would love to. Like I still go and skate every now and then, but it's not the same.
No.
And one of the reasons why like I transitioned from hockey to wrestling was because when I played hockey and that, we used to travel all over the country, but sometimes we'd be playing games in front of like 5 people.
So you travel hundreds of miles for 5 people.
For now. And when I started wrestling, you know, coming out in front of like a massive crowd and that, and then the cheering for you, I was buzzing.
I've seen you wrestle many times.
Because again, when I played hockey, you didn't normally get people cheering for you. Especially when you went to other people's buildings, because
that's if you're the away team.
Yeah,
that's fair enough.
And then when we played at home, like obviously the team and whoever was watching, but like, you know, it's like a different kind of buzz.
Yeah.
Especially like, I know it's gonna sound daft, but like obviously because wrestling's wrestling, but like when you actually go into a match and like whatever the plan is and the plan comes off, and then, you know, you win your match and then the crowd give you that reaction.
Yeah.
Like it's...
What's the central focus, isn't it? That's a difference.
You sort of do get like addicted to it.
Well,
I wouldn't say like it's like an addiction, but like it is.
Yeah.
Once you do it, you just like... Unless I'm doing something where I get that same kind of like feeling back, then I don't really want to do it.
I don't think that's a bad thing. I think a lot of wrestlers, at the end of the day, you've got to say the ones that work, I think, the best are the ones that work the crowd the best.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Looks at the likes of, you know, in the big leagues, if you've got likes of The Rock, arguably the best crowd worker there's ever been. You know, Dusty Rhodes worked the crowd amazingly. Even to a lesser scale, people like Jake Roberts, who were very, very understated, but knew how to get the crowd on their side. You know what I mean? And I think if you can get that, I can imagine. I mean, I've never done it, so I wouldn't like to. I wouldn't like to assume. I've never had like a competitive fight in my life. But even just, you know, you did well there. Pat in the back feels nice, you know.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
that's the thing.
Like being like a heel or a bad or a good guy.
Yeah.
Getting the reactions, both are quite addictive. So,
of course.
So like, obviously being a face and that's really good, but it's even better is if you can make the crowd boo you.
Well, that's it. If you make them hate you, yeah. Do you prefer to work heel than face?
It's so easier well, when I first started, again, I was like one of the bigger guys.
Right.
So straight away they were like, you can be a heel.
You're a natural heel. Yeah.
Though I only changed the face because I was getting so many like
there's a
positive reactions. So then they were like, oh, we may as well make you a face. But the only thing with being a face is like, unless you've got something bigger than you to like knock down, it sort of like gets boring.
That's the Hulk Hogan model, isn't it?
Yeah.
Hulk Hogan in the 80s always had the monster heel, be it, you know, Andre or King Kong Bundy or whoever, you know, that he had, and then it was later The Undertaker, people like that. If you don't have that monster heel, if you don't have a believable villain, then
it's sort of just like,
you know,
no matter what you do, the crowd's just going to be like, do you know
exactly,
what I mean?
you're going to be indifferent. You're not going to cheer for the little villain against the monstrous big guy. I mean, WCW tried that years ago. I don't know if you remember when they tried with Billy Kidman feuding with Hulk Hogan. And they had Hogan work face.
Yeah.
It was ridiculous. It just didn't work.
No one can bloody powerbomb Billy Kidman.
Well, this is it, isn't it? Because you'll end up escaping it. But it was that whole thing where they tried that, and you know, Hogan was what, legitimately 6'7" or something there. Billy Kidman was probably my height. You know,
it's just one of the things. It's like, again, like I don't mind being like either. All I mind about was like at the end of the match is like I get like the right reaction.
Yeah.
So
that means you've done your job.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
If I'm supposed to be getting booed, then I'll try my hardest to get booed. Sometimes it can go a bit awry, you know, like.
Do you get like opposite reactions where you're trying your best and it just goes flat and you just don't get anything?
Well, this is jumping a bit ahead because obviously I haven't got there yet. But when I first started FTW up, when we first started doing shows, we had like this group of fans that started coming.
Right.
In the beginning, they were really good because I hate using the word, but they were like smart wrestling fans.
Right, okay.
So when I say smart, I mean like they'd been at wrestling before, they knew like...
They knew how things work.
They knew the crack, and then they would like... Literally, they would be the people to tell the rest of the audience what to do, you know.
So follow suit kind of thing.
Yeah. So like obviously when the good guys come out, they would like cheer them. When the bad guys would boo them. And it was good at first. It was really good at it to the shows.
Right, okay.
But then they named themselves.
No.
So they called themselves like the heel corner. I don't know why they picked that name, but then they started to like fuck up the shows.
Oh, really?
So a face would come out, they would boo them. And a heel would come out and they would cheer them.
So did you get the crowd following that, did you?
Yeah.
Right,
so sometimes the shows would get confused because they were like, I don't know why they've done it, but like they were just like, I think it was because they obviously would just started putting on shows. They got in there first, you know what I mean? So they were like
gatekeeping a little bit.
Yeah. So they were like, oh, this is what you do, you know what I mean?
That. I hate shit like that. I really do.
So I think this went on for about, maybe it's like 8 or 9 months.
Right.
And then we had one show. And my brother used to wrestle for us.
Right, okay.
See, I'm getting... So,
you got too much to fit in, that's what it is, isn't it?
So basically, my brother started wrestling before I did.
Oh, did he? Right.
My brother started wrestling when he was like 14.
Oh, Christ. Right.
So I would have been like 16, so it was like years before I'd even started.
Hell. Right, okay.
But he started training with IWF, which was who I trained with.
Right, okay.
So he wrestled for a little bit, then he dropped it because obviously he got a little bit older and that. So I got him to come back to wrestling, and it took us like 2 years of like asking him to come back.
And it really just wasn't right.
He didn't want to do it, but I was like, how bro, come back. I was like, because my idea was like, we'll either be a tag team or we'll wrestle each other. And I was just like, just think about it, man, like how mental it would be. So it took 2 years, and then I finally got him to start wrestling. And he had a match, and he come out. So he's the face of the match. So this heel corner like booed the shit out of him, and like ruined his match. And then my match was next.
Right. Oh, you were working heel, I take it.
Well, I was sort of like in between.
In between, right? Okay.
So I went out, and I was like, you fucking arseholes, because they started cheering for me. Just started going off on them. And then I was like, you're nothing but a bunch of virgins. And then one of them jumped up and he was like, I'm married and I've got 3 kids. So I went, they're not yours. And they shut up. And I thought everything was fine. But then we later find out that like me coming out and kicking off with them divided the group. So half the group were like, oh yeah, Kris was right. We're overstepping a bit. Then the other half of them were like, no, fuck Big Kris. So they were all friends. They were actually friends, like outside of like coming to like the shows, and they broke up because of it.
Oh my god!
Because
you killed a friendship.
But like I say, it was okay when it was just like. As soon as they made a name for themselves and they tried to make themselves part of the show, because I mean, like, we had a show where we booked some guys from Scotland from ICW, so like,
good promotion ICW.
Chris Renfrew, what's he called? BT Gunn.
Oh, you've had him, right?
Like all of the knack when they were the very first knack.
Right.
And we ended up doing like this thing where it was like the knack versus, I can't remember, like a group of the lads from FTW.
Yeah.
And then they had like a big, massive, I want to say like a elimination match, but it was like people were coming in
like a gauntlet match.
People were coming in from all different teams and that. And heel corner like messaged me, like the message of the collective, and they were like they weren't happy and they wanted the money back because they'd come to see the people from ICW. Yeah. And they were only in the match for like 10 minutes, and they were like, I paid to come and see them, so I expect them to like be in a match. And I'm like, the match was like 30 minutes long. Yeah. I was just like,
they can't be in the whole match.
It was set up so like different people are in the match. And then it started to get like a bit stressful where like the guys were like, they're like fucking, they're ruining all the show and that, you know.
Was this the workers?
Yeah.
Oh,
so
right, okay.
Yeah, and it was getting a problem. So again, some people were like for it, some people were against it, and I was just like, nah.
Sounds to me like it's
I probably should have been a lot nicer and more tactful, you know, but like...
No, I think you did the right thing personally, because, I mean, don't get me wrong, right? Wrestling is very much a crowd-based sport.
Yeah.
And you want the crowd to be a part of it, but when they're hijacking the show to the point that you've got some of the guys working that show don't necessarily want to go out there because they know it's going to be a fuck-up, you know what I mean? You don't want that. I think you handled it amazingly. I think that's absolutely fantastic.
Well, it was like, obviously, on when we do shows and that, like, my wife helps and that, and she was just like, do you not think you went a bit too far there? And I was just like...
But the thing is, if you're working that heel-ish character, why wouldn't you? You know what I mean?
No, but it was, like I say, if they'd never cheered for me when I come out, I probably wouldn't do anything. But because they cheered for us, I was like, right, you're fucking getting
You basically saw renegade, didn't you? Yeah, I mean, that's a thing.
I mean, hopefully some people will be like, yeah, Kris Lockhart, but like, I'm probably not.
Yeah, mate, at the end of the day, right, I think in that situation, it sounds to me like it all started off with the best intentions, from them, I mean. But by the sounds of it, it got really... If it's dominating your show to the point that you've got people who don't know who the hell they are, probably think they're planted fans, because, you know, you get plants in the crowds. I know I would have. If I'd seen that, I would have thought maybe that, you know, they worked for you kind of thing, you know what I mean? But no, I like the way you handled it personally. Yeah. I've always been one of those people, I try and be nice to everyone, but I can be quite confrontational. Yeah. And if somebody gets under my skin like that, I've only got a certain limit, and then...
Yeah, well, I mean, generally, hopefully everyone that watches this, I'm a nice guy.
Same.
But, you know, it's just like... I don't want to say, like, I take wrestling seriously, but, like...
But why shouldn't you if it's something you enjoy?
No, but I take it seriously as in, like, I always want to put on a good show. Put out.
Well, I've been to a few, and
I don't want to be... I'm not that guy that's just, like...
it's still real to me, damn it.
Proper super serial, you know what I mean? Like,
I get
I understand...
It's a show at the end of the day.
Yeah, so people are going to... And especially in places where there's alcohol, you're going to get...
You're going to have somebody who's always had one or two too many.
You're going to get people... And I mean... I've had a lot of different things happen, you know, on shows. Like the very first time I wrestled in Sunderland, I actually got racist abuse.
Oh my god!
So I come out, and some guy in the crowd, because obviously the announcer was like, "Oh, next up was from Newcastle was Big Kris." So I come out, and some guy jumps up and he was like, "You're not hard. You're just a big."
Oh, you're joking.
So, and I was supposed to be the face. So I was like...
Yeah, but...
I looked at him and I was like, give us 5 minutes. Once I've kicked your ass, I'm coming out there and I'm kicking yours. And then the bloke just went... And he ran out.
You see, I'm a fan of fan and wrestling interaction. That's not fan and wrestling interaction. That's just hate for no reason.
Obviously, it's... I would say, like... Sunderland, it sounds bad, but like the area we win was like, it is a racist area. You know what I mean? It's to be expected, but like obviously.
I know exactly what you mean. You get places.
Yeah.
Do you know
I mean, it's not everywhere, and I mean like.
No.
I would say wrestling has probably been.
It's one of the most inclusive things I've ever been in part of.
Even though obviously there's dicks wherever you go, there's
everywhere
wherever you go.
Yeah, of course.
But like I found wrestling to be one of the most accepting. Like obviously when I played ice hockey, used to get a lot of racist abuse.
Really? Did you?
Yeah, from like people watching, but also like other players.
Oh my god!
And like a lot of the times when I used to have fights would be from something like that. So
they deserved it, basically. Yeah,
sometimes, but then other times like I would just lose my temper. But when it comes to wrestling, like, and I tell this to the guys, like even though I'm a heel. Like in some of the places we go, or like areas where that stuff happens, it's the lowest common denominator. I don't get that,
right?
Because do you know the see it as like a performance.
Yeah. Some people know where the line is.
Yeah.
That's the thing. That's exactly.
But like again, if you're being a heel, like I don't know if anyone knows this, but like I am like a bit heavy. So when I'm wrestling, if someone says like, "Oh, I'm like fat" or something like that, like I love that.
Well, what abuse do you think I'd get the bald thing?
But on the flip side, if I'm being the face, even though I am what I am, no one ever says like, "Oh, you're fat" or something. You know what I mean? It's just and again, that's why I said like wrestling helped is in hockey being a lot less confrontational, because I was just like, because every time if we were playing and like a player started giving me verbals in my head, I'll be like, oh, he's only angry because I made him angry.
Well, that's
Do you know what I mean? He's trying to get
right.
rise. Whereas, you know, before I start wrestling, someone jumped up, I'll be like, right, I'm gonna fucking kill you. Do you know what I mean?
I get that. No, I get that. Do you not find though as well in wrestling? You know, obviously talking about like the heel face dynamic and this that, and the other. Obviously, you've all welcomed me, and I've only been doing this for what, give or take 3 months now. You know what I mean? And everybody's been unreal. Every single person I've met, up to and including yourself today, has been absolutely unreal. You know the irony I find, and everybody's lovely. The guys who play the heels are often the nicest guys.
Because I think as well as just like being the bad guy in that is like sometimes you have to do stuff and you just like, should I do that? Should I say that? You know, and like
never second guess.
You've sometimes you've got to have like.
Do you gauge it on the crowd at the time when you're out there what you can and can't say, or do you just think to hell with it kind of thing? You know.
Well, again, everyone that's watching this will say like I say whatever I want,
right?
Because obviously, who's going to tell me off? You know, I'm joking.
Hey, you're the boss. You're allowed a bit. No,
well,
I joke. I've got a bunny kid.
But it just all depends. Like if I'm going out as a face, then my main focus is like I need something where like I can do or I can show the crowd that'll like get them to like you know, be like, oh, this is the guy I want to cheer for. And again, if I'm being a heel, no matter what the crowd's like, like I go out there being like, right, I know what I need to do, you know. And
I think that says a lot about yourself. You know how to work.
You know what I mean? And like one of my things is like I love working people. So like the very first time I turned heel in FTW, the way we'd done it was like. So obviously I'm running the shows and I'm wrestling. So a couple of shows, what we've done was we had something go wrong,
right?
And I had to come out from the back and sort it out.
Right, okay.
And at first I just done it and I was just like, oh yeah, talking to the crowd and that. But as it went on, I was getting more and more angry.
Right.
Like.
So you were like what's the word? Like a known authority figure.
Yeah. Like I was just like getting it out there that like obviously I was in charge. Everything that was happening, like I would either know how to sort it out or like someone else would sort it out. So that happened for a couple of shows. Stuff happened. I would come out. So people would be like, "Oh, you're right, Big Kris," and I'd be like, "Yeah." And then we'd done a show where we had like during the break.
Yeah.
We had someone come out who was like a ring crew, sorting the ring out, and something fucks up, and I have to come out. So I fix it, and then he does something else wrong, and then I just start like berating him.
Right.
And then, like I get in his face, he pushes us, and then I just kill him. So I punch him, pick him up, and then I've done this. I just thought of it on top of my head. So I sort of like pick him up like I'm going to go and powerbomb. Right. And then I just done like I just sat out while holding him on my shoulder. So I guess it's like a shoulder breaker. But as I brought him down on my shoulder, so like his spine's there.
Oh, Christ.
I dropped him on his front.
Oh, wow. That sounds like a hell of a great move.
So everyone watching it was like, is this real?
He's really just come out and battered him. Like.
Is he coming chin him? But that was me transitioning into like being a heel.
So you did it like a slow burn over time.
Yeah. But then the only thing was when I turned heel, then everyone actually started to believe it. So
right. So were you still getting positive crowd reaction even after like interactions like
no,
that?
after I'd done it, they were like, no. I was getting booed all the time. But the only thing was that it worked too well because then people that were like wrestlers and stuff like that actually thought I was like being for real.
Oh God!
So I was acting. So I was basically like Vince McMahon, like being a dick boss in there.
That's
people thought
arguably the greatest heel character.
People thought that was real. So I was like, oh fuck. So literally all I'd done was we just read it right at the end, and then the end of the storyline was like obviously I lost control of the company. Right. And yeah, after I lost control of the company, everyone was like, "Oh, now there's Kris is alright, actually." It was just.
I like that though. I think, do you know, when was this? This
would have been like 2012, 13.
I would have been at some of these shows. I'm sure I would have been.
And like I say, it was just like being the heel was good, but like it was getting too real. So I was just like, no, I'll just be a face. And then I'd done a face run, and this is how mad it was. Like my face run started with me stealing the belt.
Right, I was just going to ask you how you turned face again. Right.
So like when I turned face, I think the champion at the time was Assassin.
Right, I remember him. Yeah.
And basically, he was like the heel. And I was still playing like the boss, but then I was like the good guy boss.
Right.
And then he has a match. And then straight after his match, I come out and I just be like, right, I was like, I'm challenging for that title, hit him with a chair, and then 1, 2, 3 him.
Oh,
so I just stole the belt. So like, on my title reigns, every title reign that I've had, like I've literally, the only reason I put the belt on myself is because the person who had it before is like leaving.
Oh,
or like
right, okay. Sort of necessity more
something happens.
Yeah.
And yeah, I've never actually won them, I just steal them.
So how long do you generally keep the title, or have you not? I'm sorry, I haven't kept track of your title reigns, but how long?
Well, the last time I was champ, I had 6 main events, and I was like, it's too much.
Did it get a bit much to actually do like everything? I think
it was being in the main event, but also organising the show, keeping everyone on track. But it was also like the matches are getting madder and madder. Like the last match I had, which was in Washington,
right?
The NA38, where we're still doing shows now. I had a street fight versus Dominic Davenport,
right?
Who's called Sam. He was, when I first started training, he joined like a couple of weeks after me, so we trained together. And yeah, so we had like a street fight, and there was like bloody ladders, tables, everything, and like.
He was on the last MPW show.
Yeah. Sam's really good, or Dominic, whatever you want to call him. He's a very character-driven.
Yeah.
So when he was an FTW, and he became Dominic Davenport in the country club.
I don't know how he wrestles in that. Yeah, he must be dying.
Yeah, well, when they first started, like it's good seeing him like evolve, sort of thing.
Yeah.
Because when he first started, he just come out with like a polo t-shirt and a towel around his neck.
I remember that. Yeah, I remember
and then it
that.
progressed from there. But like, when the country club formed in FTW, there wasn't really much tag team wrestling in the Northeast.
Right.
Once they formed, everyone was just messaging, being like, yeah, I'll be a tag team, and that's how we ended up having like a tag team tournament. But yeah, so
I love tag team wrestling. I love tag team wrestling.
It's a bit cliche, but I always say like FTW is tag team wrestling.
Right. Okay.
Like I love tag teams.
I love like the hot tag element of all that. You know what I mean? I love the way it builds.
I love breaking tag teams up.
So
the two things I like bringing two people together.
Indeed.
And I like breaking them up because they're the most fun. And I mean, like, obviously bringing tag teams together, probably the best one I've done was me and Lou.
Right.
So
Lou Nixon.
Yeah. So before like me and Lou like even knew each other, obviously I heard of him.
I'm trying to get him on, yeah.
And like a load of people were like, oh, I don't want to wrestle Lou Nixon. Like he thinks wrestling's real, like because he's from MMA and like does deathmatch wrestling. So I was like, you know how it is? I'm putting him on my fucking list of people I want to wrestle. I was like, I want to wrestle people that are like that other people are like afraid of, just to like, you know.
I've watched a bit of Lou's work recently. He's doing obviously a lot of the social media stuff and all that, and he's podcasting everything, and all he does, he's smashing it at the minute. He really is.
So we had a match. It was a street fight, and unfortunately, like through no fault of mine or his, I didn't break my leg, but I sort of like fractured my kneecap.
Oh my God.
The patella. So there was like a clean
through
break.
the actual kneecap itself?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
And it literally, this is what the mad thing was. We weren't doing anything. I was standing in the ring, and something must have happened to my leg, and I just like fell over.
Oh my God.
So obviously I couldn't wrestle for a bit. But like before the show, like planning the match and that, then doing the match, then after the match, Lou looked after us really well.
Right.
So I was like, and now it is. I goes, I want to help you. I want to like help you get out there. So I was like, even though I was injured, I was like, we should form like a tag team. And I was like, I've got this idea. So like on my YouTube, there's like a series of videos of like how me and him become like friends.
Oh, right, okay.
So it starts off like, I say to Lou, like, I'm going to help you become like the FTW champion. But I'm going to train you like the Big Kris way. So like the Big Kris way is like, the first video is I take him skating down the quayside.
Right.
Because obviously when I was a kid, I used to skate like along the quayside.
On the front, aye.
Yeah. So like, there's that video, and then at the end of the video, because obviously Lou can't skate, so I
was going to say, I wouldn't have
so
been there.
it was funny asking him to do the promo, because he was like, "You want us to do what on rollerblades?" And I was like, "I can teach you how to skate. I've taught me kids, I've taught my wife. I was like, I can definitely teach you to skate in 20 minutes." So we'll do the whole video, and then the end of the video is literally, Howard, let's go and get a drink. Pull out a can of Dr. Pepper, and he's like, "Oh, I love Dr. Pepper." And I was like, "I love Dr. Pepper." And then he looks at me tattoo, and I've got an Adventure Time tattoo. And lucky enough, he's got an Adventure Time tattoo, so I'm like,
legitimately, has he?
Yeah.
Right.
So like, oh yeah, let's be friends. And then it goes on from there. So I mean, like,
My kids watch, my little one watches Adventure Time.
so like one of the videos is obviously I show him how to fight the Big Kris way, which is I just teach him how to hockey fight. And then we'll do like a carpool karaoke one.
Nice.
And we'll bond again because we're friends. And this is real. This is just something we use. Is we both like Celine Dion.
Right.
So I was like, right. I was just like, we need to like form a friendship over Celine Dion.
Is that legit? You both like Celine Dion?
Yeah.
Right, okay. Right.
Like, and obviously we do the karaoke, and then the very first time we like come out together, Lou's having a match,
Nice.
and I sing Celine Dion's
Of course,
song
yeah, well,
as
why
he
not?
comes out.
Yeah.
I think it's somewhere on Facebook. Literally, the whole crowd's got the lighters up and they're going side to side, and then my terrible singing.
I'm no singer either, mate. So I sympathise.
But I said to Lou, I was just like, don't we want to do wrestling?
Mm-hmm.
I was like, if we want to show people, because again, before like he come to FTW, Lou never cut a promo.
Oh, really?
Like no one ever
Right.
put a mic in his hand. And I was like, you can make 1 million like highlight reels. I was like, why not we do like some like acting so people can see like you can be funny or you can be like
a
or
bit of
whatever.
character, basically.
So then we've done them. So I mean, like the other one that we've done was I was like, you know how it is? I was like, it's an early bonfire night. I was like, why don't we do like a fireworks safety video? I was like, but like we'll do something. So like we had to think, and then Lou was like, well, what if I like fucking be like giving out like safety advice, and then something happens. So then the whole premise of the video was like, I'm looking for Lou, I find him, and he's like, oh, I'm shooting a PSA for fireworks night, and I'm like, Lou, it's the beginning of October, like fireworks night, not for another month. And then the whole point of the video is like, after I tell him like it's not fireworks night, he goes, oh, what am I going to do with these? And when he turns around, he's got 2 like fireworks in his hands that are lit. So again, to be real, he didn't have 2 in his hand, he had 1.
Right.
And then the other one was like the guy that recorded it, like filmed it, he like CGI'd in a firework.
All right.
But he legit shot one out of his hand.
Did he really? Christ,
yeah, so he turns
almighty.
around and he goes, oh, what am I going to do with these? And then they both shoot off. And then I bought like, it cost like 250 quid. It was like a fireworks display in a box.
Oh, I've seen
So,
them.
so
Yeah,
literally
yeah,
you
yeah.
light it and then it just goes
It just
off.
goes off on its own.
Cost us like 200 odd quid or something. And we were shooting it in like a local park next to mine at like 11:30 at night.
Oh my God.
So obviously the first bit was really quiet.
Yeah.
Then we set the fireworks
I
off.
bet your neighbours loved you, right?
Well, it was next to mine, but it wasn't where I lived.
Right, oh, right, okay, right, okay.
So, like, if you watch the video, again, when people watch the video, they're like, yeah, if you just, like, see Jack, and I was like, no, I bought them fireworks. But, like, they literally lasted, like, 30 seconds.
Oh, really?
But it was, like, the loudest 30 seconds of my life.
And the people who lived
It was
there
just
were
like, choo, 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 boom, 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 boom. So there was me, Lou, my son Mitch, and then obviously the guy recording, who all just looked at each other and were like, yeah, we need to get out of here now because we could hear police sirens.
I was going to say, somebody will call the police, yeah.
But like the video, looking back on the video, like it looks class.
Are all these videos still up on YouTube?
Yeah, they're still on YouTube.
Have a look, worth a look, definitely.
Like I say, it's like all them videos come about because like I wanted Lou to like show what he could do without just doing that. Because I was like, if you've done a highlight reel, you'd be like kicking people in the head. I was like, it's all been done before. Yeah. I was like, there's nothing like.
You need to stand out.
Yeah, and I was just like, it'd be much better if we just like do stupid shit. Because again, outside of like in the ring, when you do stuff in wrestling, it is just stupid.
Well, of course, yeah.
It's stupid shit, you know. One of the guys, Jim Wilson.
Indeed, very nice man.
When he was first coming up with his character, I went to him. I was like, no, what would be good for you? I was like, have you ever seen Stressed Eric? So Stressed Eric's like a cartoon.
I know Stressed Eric, yes.
And obviously Stressed Eric would be normally calm and that normal type of guy, and then something happens, then his vein comes up and he just like starts raging. I was like, that's what you should do. I was like, you should start raging at like, I like the daftest things.
He's a great cat. I like him a lot. He's really good. And
he's took it on and he does it so well. Like sometimes I'm like falling about laughing.
I'm not surprised.
And like obviously when he used to be like in the Denim Tigers, like all of their stuff, like I was always like rolling over laughing, and I was just like, yeah, make it like funnier. Do you know what I mean?
Well,
and they work together because obviously Harry, he was like the crazy guy, and like Jim was the straight man in that. But he plays the straight man so well. Oh,
he never breaks character, does he? This is the thing.
Well, so. I always say to him, I was just like, he said as a promo, and I was just like, I need you to get angry at the end. And he's like, why? I was like, because I just think it's funny. So if you watch most of his promos at the end, he just gets angry for no reason.
I'll have to look, right? I haven't noticed that, right? I'll have to look.
It's just...
Now I know the reason why as well, yeah.
It's just funny. Like I said, it's like...
Do you not think, though, it should be fun? This is the whole point. It should.
Yeah,
be fun,
what I say is just like obviously we've got to be serious in the fact of like getting in the ring and like whatever you do with the other person, like it's got to be
safe.
Like,
yeah, safe and safe.
It's got to be like worked out. But I can say outside of that, it should be a laugh.
Absolutely.
Like it should be like.
Absolutely agree.
If it's like if it's me against you and you're being like the face, then I should be telling you stuff to say, to make me look. Do you know? Because again, me looking stupid or you doing something where I'm like, I can't believe you said that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That'll only come with me and you talking together. It wouldn't come with like you just thinking on top of your head.
You can't play off if you don't.
Yeah, but I do love the creativity. Like I said, when I used to play hockey and that, like, it sort of like scratched a lot of itches in my brain. But then when I started like wrestling, I was just like, it was scratching the same bits, but also other bits. So,
you get the creative side.
Yeah, the creativity, and like Well,
the thing is to plan a wrestling show, because I don't know if you've seen the videos the last couple I've mentioned. In the new year, I want to run a show.
Yeah,
that's something I'd love to do. Whether it happens, I don't know. It's not easy to do. Who am I talking to here? You know what I mean? But the fact that you're able to run and set up a show now, obviously, if anybody can see on this video, people walking backwards and forwards.
Yeah,
and training at the moment. Yeah, setting up.
I'm getting cold worse than shit because I'm not helping. But I always set the ring up.
He's doing something important.
Like I've set the ring up before I started FTW, and I still set up now and take it down.
I think you've earned a break from time to time. Then in that case, yeah. But no, I appreciate you taking time to do this for that reason. But no, I think the thing with this is exactly that. It should be. you know, it's very much a show. You should be, you know, you've got to be creative, I think, and the fact that you've got your creative side flowing, to be able to run an entire company, you know, and get all these lads and lasses on the show, get them in the ring, get people out there, get the promotion out there. Christ, that's a lot of work, man. That.
Well, I mean, I didn't start out wanting to do that.
Oh, did you not?
No, like the whole reason I started FTW was because obviously I said I trained with the IWF. And that was in like the dying days.
Right,
so when I started, obviously Boogie, Adam Christ, he was one of the people in charge.
Right.
He got sick of it because it was costing him lots of money.
Indeed.
And he was only like 19 or 20.
Oh, really? Christ.
Yeah,
right,
yeah, because Boogie started when he was like 14.
Yeah.
So he was like 19 or 20. He didn't want to do it anymore. So he tried to pass it on to Tim Strange.
Right.
So Tim come on for a bit. And when Tim took charge, like the shows did like massively improve.
Right.
Where we started getting like more attendance and that. But again, it could only go for so long, and then it just got to a point where like Tim didn't want to do it anymore.
Oh, really? I like Tim.
So then it come to like, as a club, we all sat down and we're like, well, what can we do? And like there was a few people that were like, yeah, I'll take charge. So there was a couple of guys, and then I put me hat in the ring.
Literally and figuratively in this case.
Like I didn't get picked though. Like the other guys did.
Right.
They took charge, and then the club lasted like another like 3 months, and then they were like, yeah, we can't do it. And I tried to keep the IWF name and the club and that, but a long bloody prescribed thing, like the people that owned the name and the ring didn't have nothing to do with the wrestling anymore.
Oh,
so it was just like a whole like.
So it was like a legal issue basically.
Yeah, it was just and I was just like, you know, it is. All I want to do is wrestle. My main thing was like, I've got nowhere to train anymore, so I can't keep wrestling. Right. So I was like, we need somewhere to train. So then a few of us got together and we're like, aye, we'll just start training just by us. Like we weren't even, it wasn't even meant for like any outsiders. It was like literally
just to keep yourself
training for the roster, to keep us up and that, and then hopefully we might be able to like sort out some shows. But then it sort of went on, and then people were like saying, yeah, I want to come to training, and I was just like, do I really want to like start letting people train? And I was like,
hey, there's lots of people have in the.
And then I was just like, then I was just like, you know what it is? I'll take on a few people. So like my first training class had like, I think 4 or 5 people in.
Right.
There was like 2 teachers, so a man and a woman. The bloke was called David, I think. The woman was called Laura. And it was a case of like, Laura wanted to wrestle more than David. David was just like, I love wrestling, so I'm just going to try. Laura was like, I want to be a wrestler, sort of thing.
Fair enough, right.
And then this lad come, and when he come, I looked at him and I was like, I know you. Where I know you from? And it turns out he used to play ice hockey.
All right.
And like literally like 2 years before he come to training, I had a game against his team, and he like backdoored us. So backdoor means like I had me back to him.
Right.
He hit us in the back with his stick. So it was a bad thing. Like it really hurt, and I jumped up and like I didn't have a fight with him. I grabbed him and I started like trying to punch him, and I got pulled away.
Yeah.
But then he turned up to train, and I was like, I know you.
From a horrible
and I was
situation.
Like, you're a fucking dickhead. But he was actually quite nice.
Right.
He was called Ken. So I started with them, and then it built and built and built. And it got to a point where we were training in a leisure centre, just on judo mats. Right. And like I say,
that can't have been fun taking bumps like that on there.
It wasn't.
No,
it wasn't. So like I wasn't really training then. Like I had like one of the guys from IWF who was called Hot Ed. He was like Sabu type wrestler, cross between like Sabu and Hayabusa.
Awesome.
So he wrestled in a mask, done like loads of like flips, done like hardcore matches.
Right. Nice.
So he was taking training. So I was in charge, but like I didn't do any of the training. I was just like taking part in training, learning. And then one day, we were doing practicing suplexes.
Right.
And again, obviously I'm a big lad, so I would normally be the base.
Indeed.
And then I would suplex people. But like the lad I was talking about, Ken, he was a big lad as well. And I was like, he's going to need to learn how to do it.
Right, okay.
Not just like do it, but also like how
As
to
in
give it.
give the move rather than take it. Yeah, yeah.
So I was like, so we'll practice, and then this day I was like, right, we'll do it on the judo mat. And he picked us up, and he didn't have a good hold of us, and he dropped us on my head.
Oh my God. On a judo mat as well.
Yeah, and
Jesus
I
Christ.
legitimately couldn't move for about 10 minutes.
So you got a stinger basically. Yeah.
Yeah, I had a stinger, but like, again, because I was in charge, no one, I was the first aider. So everyone was like, Kris, are you alright? And I was like, don't even fucking touch us.
So were you just numb? Were you just?
Yeah. I was lying face down, couldn't move, and I was like, don't touch us. Took about 10, 15 minutes.
So you were obviously fearing the worst at that
Yeah,
point, I'm guessing. Yeah.
And then after that, I was just like, right. I was just like, if I'm going to run a club, I have to like, I can't just join in. I'm going to have to like be on the outside because I can. If someone gets hurt, you know, hopefully I can help them. But I was like, if I get hurt,
Then that guy.
who the fuck's going to help me?
Yeah.
So that's when I started to change and be more like, right, I need to learn how to coach. So like I literally studied under Hot Eddie's called Michael in real life, and he was like, I wouldn't say old school, but he was like very much like fucking a lot of cardio, a lot of like
Traditional training.
yeah,
basically.
a lot of like just running spots in the ring to get you fit.
A repetition in it at the end of the day. Yeah, exactly. Any sport that.
And like so I started like learning stuff off and writing stuff down. Because obviously I used to be, when I played hockey and that, I was like a qualified ice hockey coach.
Right.
So I was like, I was looking and I was just like, there's no coaching for wrestling. I was like, there's no like syllabus, there's no thing, like there's not even like a set like
a uniform rule book or anything, is there?
So I was like, oh, I'll make one.
Right.
I don't know why.
Good idea. Somebody should have.
So well, other people have done it before. So like, there's obviously been like the bloody British Wrestling Council and that.
Yeah.
But I didn't want to be like that. What I wanted to be was like, he has like a syllabus of like how to just do the stuff safely.
Yeah. So is that like the basic fundamentals and things
Yeah.
like that?
Like,
Yeah.
And having like a progression. Because again, when I first started training, like none of the other roster members used to train.
All right.
So what would happen would be like, people would train during the week, like people that aren't wrestlers, like trainees.
Right.
And then maybe it's like the week before a show, the roster would come in and they'd be like, oh, I'm going to do this move, and they'll practice that move.
Right.
Or even worse, which like, I was probably shocked the first time I heard it, was like, oh, I'll practice it on the show. And I was just like, nah, I'm not doing that.
No. Somebody will end up getting hurt.
Like when I first started, like, I was like, yeah, where do people train? Like, what gym do they go to?
I would never have had a clue as a young lad.
And no one went to the gym. And I was just like, no one goes to the gym.
What, as in like normal cardio gym?
Yeah.
Weights
no one
things,
does strength training. And they're like, what do you mean strength training? And I was like, and so I was just like, so like I said, I started like write stuff down, and then I was just like, you know how it is, I can do this coaching. I was just like, but it needs to be like set up. So I went to like a community group that helped people start up like businesses.
Yes, I know what you mean. Yeah.
Wrote out a full business plan, got everything sorted, and then luckily enough, like they actually invested in us.
Wow, right.
So, like I say, FTW started in like 2012, so I'd been wrestling for like 4 years.
God, you've been around since 2012. Is that how long FTW's been a thing?
Yeah.
I didn't realise it'd been quite that
The
long.
only break we had obviously was COVID.
Yeah, that's to be expected, yeah.
But yeah, so it's been a long time. But yeah, so I done a business plan, and like I'm not thick, but I'm not smart. and like,
Like that.
doing the business plan, like, like again, people watching this, if you ask me wife, like I don't handle money.
Right.
Like
So,
other than spending it, I don't care about money.
I'm the same. I know what you mean.
So learning like how to do like a spreadsheet and all that
I'm
stuff.
with you. I wouldn't have a clue.
And I was sitting there and I was like, I just want to wrestle, man.
Did it start to feel a bit like work?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because obviously, when we first started, like the very first show, I like collaborated with Newcastle Council.
Right. Okay.
And to even work with them, I had to go to loads of like fucking. They were like meetings, but they were like, well, one of them was like how to use Twitter. So I was sitting there in this in this classroom with like people from the council, like councillors and that, and then they're like going on about like what it means to like subtweet someone and that, and like,
Right.
but it was more focused on like obviously how to communicate to the public without like just like auto sharing someone's like
Makes
shit.
sense. As in to actually interact properly.
Yeah,
Yeah.
And then the council, they paid for us to have like a CRB. So like the company got set up, and I got like an enhanced DBS, which is something you can only get through like a business.
Is it?
So like
right.
so like a normal person couldn't get an enhanced DBS. They would need like a business to be like, they're working here. They're going to be working with like children of vulnerable people that need a DBS.
That makes sense. Yeah.
The council sorted that out for us, sorted out my first aid, sorted out like insurance, and then they were like, we want you to do some shows. So I done like 3 shows for them, and they were all paid. So like I didn't even have to like, I didn't even have to advertise. They brought all the people to me.
So they had people working all that for you then?
Yeah.
Wow, right, okay.
And like I said, it started off. So FW started off on a real like.
Sounds like you started off on the right foot.
Well, like a rocket.
Yeah.
And then it was just like, when it was me by myself, I was just like, shit.
How do I do this?
But you know, it's sort of worked out. Like I say, my wife, she helps a lot.
Mm-hmm.
She's the one that does like all the figures and that.
Yeah. So you're lucky you've got somebody like her who's able to help you. See, it's funny because you're saying that. My missus is an absolute whiz when it comes to finances as well.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I like buying crap, but I don't like managing it.
I
don't like doing any of that.
And I mean, it's probably something I should like get a hold of, but like again,
Why?
like I don't like, obviously in wrestling they say it's a business now. Like obviously I wanna make money in that, but like I don't like.
You still want the enjoyment out of it.
It's not the be all and end all.
Yeah. Can I ask you just, obviously, how many, you've probably lost track of how many shows you've done over the years now.
Normally we used to do like 1 a month.
Right.
And normally do like 3 in the summer.
Right.
But now we'll do like 8 a year.
So you've done over a few hundred shows.
Yeah.
Do you still get the same buzz like you used to? Like, when you first started, obviously I know they were a bit different when you initially started. Do you still get butterflies? You still get like nervous from doing it, or did you ever get nervous doing it?
But when I first started, my main thing was just like, I wanted like feedback.
Yeah.
But I wanted people to be like, you're doing everything right.
Yeah.
Not realizing that obviously that's not how people work.
No.
The more like you're successful, the more people want to like fucking shit on you and stuff.
People
like
live to tear people down.
Yeah,
This is unfortunate, but it's true.
And at the beginning, I used to like stress over being like, oh, I don't know about this finish of this match, and I don't think it's going to be like. Because again, obviously.
So you were second guessing yourself.
Yeah. Then I got to a point of where like, I was just like, you know what it is, as long as like the crowd's happy, it's fine.
Well, that's the way I would look at it, because I mean, I've been to a number of your shows. I
Yeah.
obviously haven't been to them all, but I've been to a number of your shows, and the crowds are always jumping.
Yeah,
always jumping.
I mean, like I used to say like all the time, we used to have people like after the show, the quarters would be like, you know what it is, I never realized that like wrestling was this good, like at this level.
Yeah.
And I was just like, I took it as a compliment, but also I was just like, it can be much better.
Yeah.
Because I would be watching and I'd be like, you know,
So you're critiquing what you're doing.
yeah, I'm like,
basically.
it's a good match, but we could do better. And now, mainly all all I'm really worried about is because obviously when we first started, it would be like seasoned wrestlers wrestling like
Indeed.
other seasoned wrestlers.
Right.
Then it was like people are trained wrestling like seasoned wrestlers. Now, like nearly everyone's a trainee. So I'm really stressful a lot of the time being like making sure everyone's like.
Does that not feel good though, knowing that they came through
when everything happens and like the match goes,
got to give you a buzz.
goes well, I'm like proper buzzing, but like I'm always stressed because I don't like anyone getting injured.
Understandable.
I don't like if something happens. I don't like people like getting upset.
No, that's
or
fair
like,
enough. Fair enough.
And again, there's a few times where like a match has happened and the wrestler's been like proper upset. You know what I mean?
Oh,
and I've had
really?
to like put my arm around them and be like, you know what I mean? It's fine.
Yeah. Because what do they think, they've had a bad night or something?
Like
that,
they've done something wrong, or like
Right,
the like I'm gonna be pissed off because
Right.
like something didn't happen, and I'm like, we can only control so much. I was like, if you've done like, you know what you're supposed to do, and like something's happened, it's not.
Well, once a live show's up and running, you're at the mercy there. You know what I mean? That's the thing, isn't it? You know what I mean?
And again, it's just like one of the hardest things about being in charge is like obviously, well, normally people ask us like, what's it like being in charge? And I'm like, it's like herding cats, because, and I say that, and I don't mean it like flippantly. I mean like every single person, every wrestler, every trainee has got like a different thing going on in their life. And then, you know, I'm trying to just help them do like the certain bit. But you know, someone might come to wrestling, and they might, you know, they might have stuff going on outside.
Indeed.
And it's like that's hard to deal with because sometimes, you know, I'm not even a coach. I'm now like a therapist or something, you know, and I'm trying to help them out. But like by me helping them out, I'm gonna get a good match out of them, you know.
See, that's a compliment to yourself, because I think that's a very positive thing, in that people trust you enough outside of even just wrestling to be able to come to you and say, look, I'm going through whatever I'm going through, I need to talk to you, or would I be able to talk to you, whatever, and you're then willing to do that. I mean, you've got a lot of people in employment in general, and I know it's not employment in the conventional sense, but it's at the end of the day, you're the boss of the company and they work for you. So if they can then come to you and say, well, you know, I need 5 minutes, I need half an hour, whatever, and you say I need bother, that's to me that's a real compliment to you. It's a real testament to you. That
again, it's just like I never set out to do it, but like
you're clearly good at it though.
Well,
because
see, this is the thing. It's just like a lot of like my mentality comes from like my hockey. So like in hockey and that, when you're in the change room, like anything can be said, you know, like so obviously there's like people just being like joking and laughing around, but then they'll have someone be like, yeah, me and the missus are just divorced and that, you know, and like
changes the whole mentality.
But also it's also like, oh yeah, I need like a new kitchen and that, who can do it? And like when I first come to wrestling, like I said, it didn't feel like that. Like there wasn't like a closeness. People would just be like, oh, I'm wrestling, and then they would turn up and they would wrestle.
Right, okay.
And then I said with FTW, I want it to be like for everyone, so inclusive of everyone. So it doesn't matter who you are, like you can come wrestle. But also like it's a place where like, you know, people can come and thrive. Indeed. So I mean, at the minute, like a lot of my trainees that I've had, they've had like some kind of autism.
Oh, right, okay.
And this is feedback from like the parents of being like, the wrestling's helped like the normal life. Because obviously it's taught them things like, again, like I was saying, a lot of the parents say like, yeah, they're now like more calmer. And like they're thinking more, and I'm like, I didn't plan to do it. It's just obviously the way we train, it just sort of like, it helps that part.
I get that. I get that. I have an autistic stepdaughter. My oldest, I don't think they call me stepdaughter, my oldest daughter. She's autistic, and autistic kids don't always mix well as well. If you're getting them to be able to be a bit more social, and Casey's very, very, very social now, but when she was younger, and you know, she won't mind me saying this, she didn't mix well. She struggled because she went to a mainstream school, and you know, it took her a long time. So if you've got something like, you know, wrestling, which as I said earlier, is the most inclusive thing I've ever been a part of. I've never felt more welcomed in anything I've ever done.
Yeah.
Which is funny because, you know, you were saying about like obviously other sports. I did kickboxing through the years, I boxed through the years. Every gym I ever went into always felt like very alienated. You're on your own. It's a very individual sport. You train on your own. Maybe you might hit pads with another person, but that's about as much as it ever got. Whereas if you can, you know, and I know how autism can be debilitating for a lot of kids, especially I've got a niece and nephew who are very, very autistic, very severely autistic, and they'll never, unfortunately, get to that level. But at the same time, if you can help them in any way and help kids get into that, then all power to it. Yeah. I'm all for that.
Well, I mean, I find as well, it's just like, obviously, in wrestling, like when you're teaching it, you have to explain a lot.
Yeah.
And what I find is like, obviously, when it comes to teaching, it's like some people can pick stuff up straight away.
Some people learn quicker than others.
Yeah. Other people, you have to like tell them like step by step.
Yeah.
And again, when I first started training, it wasn't that. It would be like, right, do back bump. And then you'd be like, how do I do back bump? And then they would just do back bump and they'll be like, copy that.
No God, right.
And obviously, again, this is like a skill issue. It's like, obviously, someone that's good at something might not be able to tell you how to do it. They'll just be like, I just do it.
Some people do, some people teach.
Yeah,
that's the thing. Yeah.
And like I said, it's like, I've been in like a coaching structured system, like the English Ice Hockey Association, and all I've done is I just transplanted a load of stuff of that over to like.
Well, that's the thing. You've had proper coaching experience. Yeah.
And I'm not going to say like it's perfect. And like I know everything, but like I pride myself on like the guys that I've taught, like past, present, and future. I've instilled them like obviously the safety measures and like respect, and obviously as well as just like with wrestling, like it's a privilege.
Yeah.
Like
not everybody can do it.
Not everyone gets to do it, but also like if someone comes up to you and it's just like, I think you had a really good match. Like when I first came up, they were like, don't listen to them because they'll just saying anything to fill your head up. But it's just like, what I've come to realise is that some people like go to the wrestling on a Saturday night at the social club or something, or the leisure centre. Yeah. Could be like the highlight of their month.
Yeah, that's the thing they've been waiting for their whole month. Yeah.
And like, who am I to like take their enjoyment away? And like I say, it's just like, it's the whole of wrestling, like, obviously there's good and bad things, but like I really just love like put on a show and then people being happy. Now if that involves me, you know, it might not, you know, but again.
But you're gonna have people you've trained who are always gonna be doing it.
I mean, like this year I've only wrestled like 4 times.
Right.
Well, ever since like I've done that to me knee,
I'd be cautious. Yeah.
It's not being cautious, just like. It took 9 months for my leg to heal,
did it?
And in them 9 months, all I've done was, I've done that on my leg on the Saturday.
Right.
Went to hospital on the Sunday. On the Monday, they were like, "You don't need an operation. You're just gonna be in a brace for like 6 months, and then you have to do rehab and that." And I was like, "Shit, what am I gonna do?" So I was like, "I need a job." So I literally, on the Monday night, I started delivering pizzas. So I couldn't use me right leg. So like, I had to like, you know, put my leg over.
Driving like that? Oh my God.
Tina would run the pizzas to the house because obviously I couldn't walk. So I'd done that. But obviously not doing anything for so long and then trying to come back to training.
Yeah.
So
like, was that a bit of a shock to the system, was it?
Yeah, well literally as soon as I could like train again, COVID happened.
Oh God!
So then obviously I couldn't go to the gym and all that. But I did get my fitness back. I got back training, and then me and Lou had a match.
Against each other?
Yeah, like a street fight. And I said to him, I was like, I want to go like full out in this match. And we planned a couple of spots. and nothing went wrong. Like we're done like a hockey fight, obviously, 'cause I play hockey.
Awesome.
And I maybe hit him a little bit too hard on one of the punches.
Right.
So then he's giving me a kick to the head. Probably, I don't know, like maybe it's a receipt. Like I don't. It's just, it's wrestling.
Indeed.
But
Didn't help that you know each other as well, you know.
But I had a concussion.
Christ, really?
And for about 6 weeks, it completely fucked us.
I've never had a concussion, so
I was sick for about 2 weeks.
Oh my God. Right.
Then I had like high blood pressure.
Wow.
And when I went to the doctors, they were like, we'll just take your blood pressure. So the first machine they put on, it popped.
Right.
When they were like filling it up on my arms, so they're like, we'll have to get a bigger one. and then they took my blood pressure and they were like, it was something like 220, and they were like, you should be having a heart attack right about now.
Say that's dangerous.
And I was just like, my head was like this, boom, boom, boom. And they were like,
Jesus Christ.
Like, if you had any like head trauma, and I was like, I got kicked in the head. And they were like, right, when did that happen? And I was like, like 5 weeks ago.
And had you not been diagnosed? Oh my God, right, Jesus Christ. So this was your first trip to the hospital? My God, wow.
Well, even when I done me leg, I didn't want to go to the hospital.
Well, you said you can go the next day.
And Tina was like, no, you need to go. I was like, I want to go home first. I want a beer. I want to chill out before I got to deal with that.
I don't blame you, to be fair.
So I got a concussion.
Jesus.
So then that took us like a couple of months, and then I started training again, and I was seriously into my training, like had my diet on point. I was training with a personal trainer, and I'd lost like, I was like 165, and I got down to 135.
Wow. That's a lot of bloody weight.
So I felt much better. I went to Italy, had a match over in Italy, and then I got injured again.
No.
And that's all I've been like for the past like 3 years. Is like,
right.
I'll train for a bit, get back into shape, and that, get injured, can't train for a bit.
Oh.
And
So it's a bit of a cycle, isn't
yeah.
it? Yeah.
So like this year, I had a match at the beginning of the year, street fight. Then I had another street fight.
So you're not exactly going in with the best matches either, are you?
Well, it's just like, I'm a big guy. Like,
do you like matches like that a bit more?
I do like a bit of physicality and that, you know.
Yeah.
But again, it's just like the matches were more like for storyline rather than just like having the matches.
Keep things moving, as it were, right?
Then obviously the last 2 matches I had a singles match versus Riley Wallace.
Right.
It was a good match. We done really well. I was a little bit upset with myself because one of the moves didn't come off as well as it could have, because and this is one of my peeves, is like, I don't like when wrestlers like use kind of like oil or stuff like that, especially when I'm picking them up because of the slip.
Well, that makes sense.
So I picked him up to do like a pile driver, and he slipped.
Oh.
And I was able to change it to like.
So you didn't drop him on his head?
No, I managed to like get him round for like basically a low power bomb.
Right.
But I was really pissed off with myself.
Understandable. Yeah.
Because I'm like, I don't really do that. And then the last match that I had was in like a 9-man rumble,
right.
Which so stressful that day sorting that out.
Of course you would have to book the thing.
It started as a 10-man rumble,
right.
Then it went down to 8, then it changed back to a 9, and I was just like, I'm so done with this.
I couldn't imagine. I heard a story. I think it was Pat Patterson booking the first Royal Rumble. Obviously, Hacksaw Jim Duggan won the first Rumble, and he says obviously nobody had booked anything like that. There was obviously Battle Royales throughout the years, but nothing really like to that level. And Battle Royales generally start, now you can correct me if I'm wrong here, generally start everybody in the ring, whereas a Rumble was the staggered thing.
Yeah.
I think this was one of the first, if not the first. And I know they had run a test one on a smaller scale. And I read an interview with Pat Patterson. He said it was the worst thing he's ever booked in his life.
No, well, when it comes to Rumbles, like we've done a few, I've never booked them.
No.
Because they're like,
I couldn't imagine.
Well, it all depends. If you want to just do like a straight rumble where it's just like people in and people out, that's fine. But
I think it's hitting your mark then as well, though.
Obviously,
you know what I mean?
on our type of show, the rumble is like the storyline.
Got you.
So
right,
shit has to happen in the match
to get to where you need to be.
And well, the best rumbles that we've had in FW have all been booked by like Boogie Adam Price.
Really? Right, okay.
So he booked the one that was done at the Anarchy, where we had like 30 people.
I heard about that. I didn't get to that show, but I did hear about that.
That one was like a very hard one to fucking.
That's a lot of fucking people
to plan. And again, I was only in it for like 2 minutes, but like for me to be in it for 2 minutes, there was so much stuff that like.
So it took you away from.
And that's really why like it's getting much harder now. Is to like, if I want to have a good show, I can't wrestle.
Right.
If I want to have a good wrestling match, I can't run the show, because like obviously.
So you trying to weigh up now?
It's like.
I wouldn't want to do both.
I could still have a match and run the show, but like, I'm not focusing everything on.
Would you be in your match thinking, I need to get to this next kind of thing?
I'm in my match thinking, fuck, I need to get the next 2 wrestlers ready.
Aye.
Like,
and you're in the ring and can't get them ready. That makes sense.
And then last show, one of the wrestlers, she got injured, like during her entrance.
Oh God.
But I was getting ready, and then the comforters and like, Chris, you need to sort this out, and I was just like, right, I still need to like to plan my match. So I had to like do that, and like literally I was still getting ready just before we went out for the match. So I was just like, this is probably like pulling the curtain back, but like literally I was planning my bits in the match like just before I went out.
Oh my God.
Because I was just like,
I don't know how you do it. I really don't know how you do it.
Again, it's just like, it's sort of impacted like the matches I can have.
Indeed.
So that's probably why like I've done like the street fights, because they're the easiest things.
Is that why you've limited yourself to? Because you said what 4 matches you've had?
And like they've only been because they've needed to happen.
Right,
like,
necessity more than anything. So
like,
would really, if that wasn't the case, would you have not wrestled at all this year then?
Probably not.
Wow. Right. Okay.
And like last year, I only wrestled 3 times.
Wow. Right.
And again, I only wrestled because it was FTW versus PPW.
Right. So you needed to be there as leading the troops, as it were.
And again, with that match, we were standing waiting to go out, and I was planning my stuff, you know, because it was just like...
Because you hadn't had time.
It was so busy, Do
you know, it's funny, you know, obviously I've done a little bit of ring announcing for Rapid Action. And even just planning what I'm going to say is stressful. So I can't imagine running the whole fucking show.
Yeah.
I did 6 matches on 2 cards. That's what I've done. I've done 12. I've announced 12 matches total, and every single time I'm writing a few little notes, and it's all consuming, and it's a few minutes. So I can't even. Honestly,
like next year. So I've already, like, I've sorted out the dates and all that.
Right.
And I'm just now sorting out the matches, but like I'm thinking of like August time, planning for then, and I'm like,
So you got plenty of cards coming up next year, have you?
Well, we've got 8 shows next year, but I'm also like in talks with another venue about doing shows there.
Right. Okay.
And like I said, it's just I would love to do shows like every week. But it's just like obviously like planning it, organising it, getting everyone together.
The logistics of running a weekly show must be mental.
Yeah.
It must be absolutely insane.
Like even once a month is hard, because like I've found is like obviously in the Northeast there's a lot of wrestling companies. So if I do
more than I realised.
If I do one a month, what'll happen is at some point we'll end up with like a month where there's like a show the week before, a show the same day as mine, a show the week after, a show the week after that. So I'm like,
so you might get 2 on the same day kind of thing.
Yeah, like 2 different companies, and so I'm like, what I don't want to do, like I'm not going to say like I'm better than anyone or like they should come to mine, but like I think about the fans. So if there's 2 shows on, where they want to go, you know, they're going to go to one or the other.
Yeah,
so it's like,
I get that.
it's better if I just take myself out of that situation, and I put my show at another time or another place.
Well, it'll help your bottom end at the end of the day. You know what I mean? You're going to make more money if people come to your show. They're going to make money.
So we normally try and do like between 6 to 8 weeks.
Right.
Just so it gives enough time to like obviously plan everything.
You get the build up as well.
Yeah, build everything up, and then obviously it's just like if I put two people together, like obviously not like two people from the gym, is like I want them to like, you know, have a good chance to like figure out what they actually want to do.
No, that's fair enough.
Rather than being like, yeah, you've got 2 weeks to get ready.
Yeah.
And then they'll be like, well, I've only got like 2 days off for the next 2 weeks.
Just got no time to do it themselves. Yeah.
Whereas, you know, 6 to 8 weeks, there's enough time where like, even if someone was like, yeah, I can't come for the next 2 weekends, I'm like, you've still got 4.
You've still got a month to work on. Yeah, that makes sense.
And I feel, again, some people I feel like, I don't want them to plan everything in the match, but like, the bigger stuff they want to do, if they want to do like stunts and big massive tricks, then you have to practice them.
Yeah, you're going to have to, exactly as you
say.
Like
in WWE, they practice them, you know, like if anyone says that they don't, then they're lying.
Yeah, of course.
Right? It's just like you're
not taking moves like that on the fly. It's
got to be planned, and it's got to be like, again, we've done some, I wouldn't say massive stuff, but like stuff where like, you know, there's got to be some thought in it. Yeah. So like obviously Lucid, he's like the resident high fly on that. When I had his first match with him at the Jubilee, he was like, I want to jump off the balcony. And like for about 4 weeks, I was trying to think of a way to say no. But I was just like, obviously we practiced in the ring. You practicing like diving off the ring, into the ring.
Yeah.
And then obviously we've got like stairs and stuff. Yeah, we'll try it on there. And then I was just like, I'd seen him do it enough times to where I'm thinking, you know what it is, he can do it. And then on the show, he'd done it. It was fine.
I was there.
Like I say,
I remember
the only thing that was probably messed up was when he done I can't remember what it's called. He done like a front flip over the top rope.
Right.
I was probably like a little bit, I was like a couple of inches, like a bit further back than I would like to be.
Right.
So normally when I'm catching someone, I normally like them to just be like land straight on top of us.
And you've got a full grip.
So then the way I landed was like he sort of landed more like in my chest.
Oh God, right.
So it was fine, but like
it knocked the wind out of you a bit though, I'm guessing.
Again, for me it would have been just take a step closer in. And then it would have been much better. But
I remember that show where the kid come off the balcony. I was at that show.
It's just, again, like some of the stuff we do, like you shouldn't need to practice it.
Yeah.
But then other stuff you're gonna have to be like, you know, especially if it's like involves like more than 2 people.
Absolutely. Yeah.
You're gonna have to like.
Well, you need people to be in the right positions.
You have to have a go. Yeah. And again, if you want to learn something, you're not going to learn it the first time you do it.
God no.
You know, you're going to have a couple of goes, you know.
I wouldn't ever want to try that.
You have to fuck it up a few times, you know, and again, I'd rather people fuck up in training than on a show.
Absolutely, absolutely. At least then you can correct what's gone wrong. Yeah, that makes sense.
Like I said, another thing about being in charge is like, sometimes you have to say no.
That must be difficult though when obviously a guy comes to you with an idea or whatever, you know what I mean? Especially
like sometimes it's just like, you know what it is? If I was watching it, I'd happily say it, I wouldn't be bothered. But then I've got to think about like, you know,
you got to look at the safety aspect.
Someone with a little 10-year-old kids and they say something like dangerous and cool and they're like, I can do that. I'm like, no.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing. You've got the continuing liability of that, haven't you? You know what I mean?
But I mean, again, touch wood, we haven't had too many like obviously I know I said I broke my leg and that, but like again, I didn't really do anything. I was just standing there and like it gave way.
It's one of those freak injuries.
Yeah,
isn't it?
We haven't really had like too many bad injuries. Most injuries we've had have either been like a totally freak accident or like someone's like, well, for example, we had one of my trainees, like this was like 6 years ago, was a girl.
Right.
she had a first match against Boogie.
Right.
So the spot was Boogie comes jumping off the top rope. She catches him and gives him like a atomic drop.
Right, okay.
So every time we practice it, went off with a hitch. She does it in a match, and for some reason, a leg just snaps.
Oh my God.
So like I think it's called a tib in the fib.
Yeah.
Tib in the fib snapped. But like this is the worst thing about it was before the match, I'd spoke to her mum and dad.
Right. Or were they present?
Yeah, potential husband to be, and then his mum and dad.
God.
And they were like, we're really worried, like we don't want her to get hurt. And I was like, she'll be fine. We practiced this match loads.
Oh no.
She'll be fine. And then literally like 2 minutes into the match, I'm looking at them like,
I'm sorry.
this isn't part of the show.
Oh my
this
God.
is real.
Does she still wrestle?
No. And again, like Ragnar, Paulie Clark, he done like a frog splash.
Right.
And he snapped his arm.
Oh my God. Eddie Guerrero did something like that.
Literally, the only reason it happened was because he tried to be like, not land on the guy.
So you tried to cushion him, basically. Yeah.
And like I say, it's like stuff where you got to land on people, you've got to land on them. That's what they're there for, land on. And he snapped his arm.
Oh my God.
And it was, what was worse was like, this was like the end of the main event, the big like thing. And then he's there and his arm's just like, it's just shaking.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
I'm awful with stuff like that, you know.
But
oh my
other
God.
than that, like we haven't had too much. Again, I would say it's more like the risk from like wrestling more than being like taking like too many risky like moves. It's just like it's wrestling. It's what
and
happens.
all these people understand this is at the end of the day, right? This is the thing that always pisses me off. I don't know if you know, but I did a couple of appearances on, do you know Nova Radio? I used to run the Spanish, go on the Spanish announcement.
Yeah.
Well, I did a couple of appearances over the last couple of months, just like a little live phone in, and then the first one that she had us on, basically she was talking about the way people disparage wrestling and the way they look down on it and this, that and the other, and I was like, okay, every single person that's ever done that, get in there and do it. Because at the end of the day, I love it, and I know I can't do it.
See, I used to be like that, but then you sort of just be like, if they're not going to change their mind,
I'm not going to ever try.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it used to knock us. It's just you do know it. The common question, you do know it's fake. It's like, no, I'm stupid. I didn't realise that. You know, I've watched it for 40 odd years. I didn't quite realise that. You know what I mean?
See, when new people start training, I do like a joke thing. I'm just like, welcome all to training. I was like, just so you know, wrestling's fake. Right? But again, like, I want wrestling to look as real as possible, but like, people doing it have got to know that it's fake. Otherwise, you end up with people with like mentality where they think like, oh, this is real.
The wrestler's the person they are in the ring.
And again, there has been people that will like legitimately punch you in the face and like kick you all over. Yeah.
Oh my God.
And then when you see something, be like, oh, I'm just wrestling, and like, no, you're not. You're
actually fighting.
You're being a dick.
Well, my little girl's 10 and she didn't really understand that it wasn't real until I took her to a few shows.
Well, kids are allowed.
Yeah, she loved it though.
I'm more about adults.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I think if you get to an adult level, an adult age, and you don't quite realise that these people aren't necessarily doing this for real, and
but you do get them people.
I didn't realise that.
And like another thing that I've found is like in wrestling is just like the actual like harder someone is. So like say like someone that's done like take Lou for example, he's done like MMA and that.
Legitimate fighting. Yeah.
It was easier to like show someone like that how to wrestle than there's a complete beginner
who's never done anything.
Yeah, because I found like sometimes like beginners, they'll learn a few things and they'll go to the head,
right,
and then they'll think that they're like
Rey Mysterio,
or some like, or they'll be like, oh, I'm going to be a brawler, so then they'll start thinking the brawler, and it's just like, no, mate, like if you were really hard or something, like nothing like that would like ever happen, because again, this is what I say in training, is it's like, if you've never took a punch before, then like you can't throw one really.
Yeah.
And I said, unfortunately, like when you're learning how to punch and learn how to like hit people,
you need to get hit.
Yeah, sometimes you are going to get hit. And I was like, but then you need to realize that we're wrestling, so you know, sometimes like you might get punched and it might be too hard, but then the wrestler in you has to be like, yeah, that was a little bit too hard. Can you like calm it down a bit? If after you've said that they do it again, then you've got like,
you got legit. But I'll give you that.
Again, in wrestling, it's just like you've got to get to the end. You know, so like if like I'm doing a spot and like someone hits us too hard, they've just hit us too hard. Like
it happens.
Unless it's on purpose.
Well, then you've got to turn around and say, you're taking the piss kind of
but
thing.
Then still, you've got to leave it till the back.
You sort it out after, out of the way of the people, basically.
Yeah, because again, you know.
Well, that makes sense. Yeah, you didn't want to, as it were, wash your dirty laundry in front of people. Yeah, that makes. That makes.
Well, I mean, like one of the last IWF shows that I done was at the Innisfree.
Right.
And it was a really bad show. Like we only drew about like 20, 30 people. And one of the wrestlers, he's called Jed Masters. He's a lovely lad. He does like Brazilian jiu-jitsu and stuff like that. So like he knows like actual wrestling holds and that. And he loves being the heel. He loves like getting a reaction. And he come out for his match, and this guy took offense to him and that. Just started like shouting at him and that, and swilled him with his drink.
Oh God!
And then squared up to him. So
this was a fan.
Yeah. We were always told, if anyone squares up to you, like, you know, if you're going to do something, then you've got to like, you know, you've got to be able to handle yourself.
Yeah.
So this guy gets in Jed's face, and he says something to him, and Jed just grabs him, puts him in like I can't remember what it's called, but like basically his arm was trapped in the air, and he had him in like a chokehold.
Oh God!
He just grabs him on the floor, and he's like, "What you saying now?" So he gets dragged off him and that, and then like 20 minutes later, the police turn up because this guy's rang the police, and then obviously we had to like defuse the situation, and the police were like sort of like, is this wrestling or is this real? And we managed to convince him that it was wrestling. Because like I say, if we hadn't pulled Jed off him, we would have killed the guy.
Well, yeah, absolutely. I'd rightly got considered. Yeah.
But you know, again, it's just like when the crowd get in your face, you know, you've got to like.
Did 99% of the time you got to let it roll? Like,
yeah. Like what I always say at the trainees is just like, if someone says something really personal, it's only because you've done something to them so bad.
You get a reaction out of them.
That they've went, you know what it is? I take that personally. You know what it is? You fat cunt. And I'm like, it's fine. It's fine. You know, it's when I haven't done something, and then the call is a fat cunt, and I'm like, whoa.
I like it.
You know,
I like it. But no, I think you're right, because that goes back to what you were saying before. If you're getting a reaction out of the crowd, even if it is a negative response like that, at least you're getting a reaction.
Yeah,
from
just
the crowd.
inside, just be like smiling.
Yeah. Like, at least they give a shit. They go there, you know what I mean? That's the
they
thing.
could just all sit there and not say anything, which has happened a few times before. It's not nice.
No. I can imagine.
Because then you're thinking in your head like, what can I do to like get it? And then
walking out with a dead crowd must be awful.
Yeah.
I couldn't imagine.
But I mean, again, what I found when I first started wrestling was like, because of my size and my presence, the crowd paid attention to us. And then,
fair enough.
If I'd done something like a shoulder tackle or like something where I made the other person bump, I would get a reaction.
It's like a big impactful move.
Because they were like, oh, there's this big guy and you can move and that. And then obviously, the more I got on, it was just like figuring out how to like get that reaction without having to do that stuff. Indeed. So sometimes, you know, I might not want to like batter someone to like get a crowd reaction. I might want to like, you know, just talk on the mic or like say something or.
That's it. If you can get them reacting different ways, you're not like a one-trick pony at that point, are you?
But it's again, Like, there's no right or wrong way.
Indeed.
Like, sometimes I'll think like, no, that won't work, and then someone else does it, and then it does work for them. You know,
Right,
it all
so
depends.
it's all depending on the person.
Yeah, I mean,
get
like, I think of different things I can do, but then I look around at people in training, I'm like, you know how it is, that'd be better on them.
Yeah.
Uh,
So you've got the ability to pick out where that might work.
Yeah, and that's one of probably the hardest things about being in charge is like, not only do I gotta like organize everything, but sometimes I'm literally having to like come up with the ideas for like individual people, and like obviously, even if there's like 7 matches on a show, that's 14 people.
Still a lot of people to manage.
14 ideas, and sometimes my idea will be like, right, he's a feuding because you didn't like the way he spoke. Do you know? But then it's up to them to like.
Well, then that's where the personality and the character comes in.
Yeah, that's
isn't
it. That's up to them to make the story. Like, when I book, I don't want to like. I've got an idea of where I want to be.
Yeah.
But I'm not going to tell them like every bit because
you don't want to hold their hand through.
It'll be too much.
Yeah.
Because obviously, so like the last story I done was obviously Mitch and Fahrenheit like tag teaming.
Indeed.
And then splitting up.
Right.
And I'm like, that took a lot of like organising, not just from me but from them as well.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I couldn't do that with like 14 different people.
No,
like
God no.
Every month because it's too much. So sometimes you have to be like, you're just having a match because.
Because you're having a match. Yeah.
Because he broke your mug.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Simple, and then it's up to them to like make the drama.
It worked in WWE. Do you remember years ago? I forget exactly who was involved. Was it Edge and I think Booker T feuding over a shampoo advert?
Yeah, all right.
You know what I mean?
Something like that.
You know what I mean? Something as ridiculous as that one of them wanted the endorsement. You know what I mean?
And again, it's just like, it's not just like making everything up for the wrestler, being like, right, this is what you're going to do, this is how you're going to do it. Sometimes you have to like be like, right, you're going to be the heel, so you figure out what you want to do and then come tell me.
I think that would help them more in terms of planning the matches and getting a bit more
themselves,
you know what I mean?
Again, when we're like, one of the things we're doing training is like, I'll just tell them like what I want to see.
Indeed.
And then they can put whatever they want in.
Fair enough.
So I might be like, right, I want to see like a heel running. So then they've got to go away and they've got to like plan like the match. And, like, you know, as long as they do the heel running, then they've done what I've asked.
Yeah. So
you know what I mean?
Yeah,
like,
you're ticking your boxes.
Yeah. Whereas like, again, some people would be like micromanaging.
No.
And again, sometimes you might need that.
Some people that works for. It doesn't work for everybody.
But like, again, if I want people to go out and have a match, as long as they like get the feeling or gist of what I've planned, then that's good enough for me, you know? So if I'm like saying, I want someone to turn heel, in the turn heel, and as long as it's not offensive or anything like that, then that's fine. Do you know? But like, if they were like, if I want you to turn heel, and I'm like, right, tell us what you want us to do, I'm going to be like, I don't really want to plan, you know what I mean?
It's not down to you. Have you ever done anything like in an angle, in a match, or that you've seen play out, and when they've come to the back, you've went, we need to drop that? Have you ever done that? Or that didn't work, or whatever, you know what I mean? And you just didn't, it just didn't get mentioned again, or whatever, you know?
Well, like I say, like one of the guys, I won't mention his name because
no, I try
the story makes it look bad at him. But basically, when it come to like doing the shows, like he was on the show, and I didn't mean to do this on purpose, but then he ended up having a losing streak.
Right.
Again, it wasn't planned, it wasn't all that, and he started to complain about losing all the time, and I was like, really? I was like, you're still getting a match? And then he was like, so then I was like, well, what about we'll make it a thing? And then he was like, what do you mean? I was like, well, we'll make it like your losing streak is like your thing. He's like, And I knew straight away he wasn't fully on it because, well, when am I going to win? And I'm like, that's going to come. I was like, you need to
That's
do
your
some
payoff, innit?
You need to do some shit first. I was like, you've lost matches. I was like, but like we've never like mentioned it. It's never
Indeed.
been highlighted. So
Yeah.
like,
Also, it's never actually been a thing. It's
no,
just you're
no,
losing.
it just the way I wrote the cards was like he did lose like 10 in a row. And
Christ.
But again, it's just like again sometimes you need wrestlers to just be there. They're not there for a story.
I've heard a couple of wrestlers over, over the years say, I don't care as long as I'm working.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And again, it's just like, it's good being in a storyline and stuff like that, but sometimes, you just need to be a body.
Yep. If you're looking up the lights, at least you're on the show kind of thing.
Yeah, and then I was like, well, we can make something of it. And then he was just like, well, what am I going to win? And I was just like, and again, when people first come to training, if the company was with this kind of sentence, and I have had it like, I want to be champion.
Yeah.
I'm like, nah, because again, like it's a good attitude to have, but like that's not the only story in wrestling.
Not to mention, you might not necessarily work to that level.
Yeah, and again, like one of the things is like, depends on what kind of champion you want to be. So like, if you want to be a heel champion, then you need like a contender every time you're having a match. And again, if you're just steamrolling over all of them, the crowd's gonna get bored.
Exactly. Aye.
In the same way as a face, I feel like a face with a title, it's not gonna last very long because unless he's got like a bigger challenger
that's it.
every time, it gets boring.
It gets stagnant. It does.
It's more better to watch a face chase the title and then win it in like a big match.
I agree with that.
And then the same with the heel. It's like, he's going to dominate, but then at some point, someone needs to take him down.
Well, I mean, WWE did that over the last, 4.5 years, 5 years with Cody and Roman. Cody was chasing the belt for, 3 years? And Roman held the title for that entire time. And then when he gets it, but the argument is that people, I don't know how much you follow the current product. WWE is probably the only main product I follow. I don't really watch anything else.
I keep up with stuff. I don't like watching as close as I used to.
I do and I don't. I'll be honest with you, since I started doing this, I've started watching a lot more because I have plans for other videos that I'm going to do aside from the interviewing side of things, so I've kind of got no choice. I enjoy it, don't get us wrong. But the thing is now, a lot of fans are turning on Cody. Because he's got the belt now, he's not the plucky underdog anymore. He's had the belt consistently. Well, if he headlines next year's Mania, it'll be 4 in a row.
Yeah.
Do you know
well,
what I mean?
see, this is my thing, is like, I always say, like, if the face is chasing the title and he gets the title, then something has to happen after it.
Exactly. Yeah.
And normally it's a heel turn because, again...
Well, they were going to, weren't they? But he wouldn't do it.
Yeah, it's not... There's not much entertainment there if, like, you just win and then you're always on top.
That's why people got bored of Hogan.
Yeah.
That's why people got bored of Hogan, because of... Well, he was champion forever.
Yeah. And like I say, it's just like... Again, for the level of wrestling that we are...
Yeah.
Is like the crowd want to be entertained, but there's not really a draw. The draw is the wrestling.
Come to the show.
Yeah.
That's exactly it. Well, that's exactly it. I'm bringing my daughter on Saturday, which we'll come to in a moment. And she's just excited to come to the show.
Yeah.
She's by the way, if I do fetch her to meet some of you, it's because she's so excited.
No.
So you do have a show coming up. Obviously, we've been discussing the way shows work and this, that, and the other, Chris. So obviously, I know you've got a show coming up this coming Saturday. A week from recording.
Cuff Chaos, yeah. The last show of the year, and the main event is for the Alpha Prime title.
Right. And for those who don't know, explain who is the champion at the moment.
Our Alpha Prime champion is Serious Jim Wilson. So basically, when he won the title, the Alpha Prime title is being a title that, like, whoever is the champion decides, like, what kind of belt they want it to be. So obviously Jim Wilson's more like a I would say like old school wrestler type of thing.
Very much so. Yeah, he's great.
Yeah, he works that kind of style. But like over the past year, he's pissed off all of the, like, nearly everyone in the division. So the heels and the faces, they're all pissed off. So the main event is going to be Cuff Chaos, which is, I'll use Boogie's way to describe it. It's a low budget, what match is it, man? Elimination Chamber.
Oh, wow,
low budget
right.
Elimination
Is that,
Chamber.
wow, right,
I couldn't
okay.
even think of that. So 2 people start.
Right.
Then there's 4 people on the outside, handcuffed to the ring.
Right. I didn't realise it was like a step, right?
Yeah, then every 90 seconds, someone will get released.
Awesome.
Until all 6 of them are released, and then it comes down to elimination pins.
So last man standing for all intents and
Yeah.
purposes.
So again, like I say, Jim is pissed off all of his division. So like he hasn't got a friend to help him, and I think it's going to be one of the best matches of the year.
Sounds like it could be. Yeah, definitely.
Like again, like I say, I like to, when I plan things, I like to plan it from the point of like, whatever you normally think is going to happen, I like to flip it on its head.
Right.
You know,
I like that. So you don't expect, you get the unexpected.
Yeah. So like obviously, you know, one of the things that you always see in the match is like obviously, if the heel's on top, you know, the face might fight back. I like to like subvert that a bit, you know, and flip it on its head. So again, we've planned some stuff that I think, well, I don't want to sound like pure hyperbolic, but like shock people and that, you know.
Awesome.
And then other than that, obviously we've got the first 2 matches from the Women's Championship tournament.
Indeed. I saw that on the, I did see that.
So obviously FTW, we've had 1 women's champion.
Indeed.
And that's Viper, also known as Pippa Nevin in
Of course, yes.
WWE.
My God, of course it is, man, yeah.
And basically what happened is she won the title, and then she got signed to WWE.
Right.
I never like rescinded the title because I didn't think there was any point. You know, we didn't have any women trainees. We didn't really put on women's matches.
So it wasn't something you could.
And then obviously we had some women trainees. Like I said, she broke her ankle, so then that put her on the back burner. And now this year, like obviously we've had like a few different women come, and there's like 2 training at the club now. So I was like, you know what it is? It's like maybe it's time.
You have Bella Blood, don't you?
Bella Blood and Jessie Quinn, and I was like, maybe it's time now to like bring the title back.
Awesome.
Like I would love to have like Pippa come here, but obviously
I think she's hurt at the moment as well, isn't she?
But you know, we'll still talk all the time.
Awesome.
Like the last time we had like a big women's match, I actually got her to send a video message.
Oh really? Wow.
Which at the time I think she was the women's champion WWE.
Wow.
And she was actually in a match, and she filmed the promo like backstage in a. I think it was a Raw. She was dressed up ready for Raw. Wow. And she filmed that promo, and I was very fucking grateful.
Yeah,
because,
that's fantastic. Remember her roots.
You know, she could have just said like, "No, I'm busy," or like, "No," but like, I messaged her and she was like, "Of course I'll do it," and I didn't think anything of it. And then, she filmed it like where she was at TV. So
That's
I was
fantastic. Oh, that's fantastic. Well, shout out to Piper Niven then in that case.
Well, lovely lass. Sorry, that's how I speak. When I first met her, she just started on the scene. She was getting big in like Scotland, in England. Then she went to Japan.
I didn't know she ever wrestled in Japan.
Some of her matches in Japan are like well over like anything that she's done in WWE. Like,
wow,
in terms of like of what she's actually done in the ring. Like,
I think she's a great worker. Absolutely fantastic worker. She's great.
Like, whenever I see like stuff online about her, I always like, I feel like chiming in because I'm like, I know her. I can. She's fucking cush, man. Leave her alone. I
love the stuff she's doing with Chelsea Green at the moment.
I
love that.
you can tell like she's funny.
Yeah.
Because she comes across as
Oh,
funny.
she's naturally gifted.
Some
at
people,
that,
if they're not funny and they try and be funny, it doesn't work.
Yeah. Agree there.
But yeah, so like now we're in a position where I'm like, you know, it is like someone in the club would need to have like a women's champion. It's only right.
That's fair enough.
So that's going to start.
Awesome.
And yeah, we've got some other matches on there.
The heavyweight title being defended?
Yeah, so Thomas Blood, he'll be defending his title. I can't remember.
You see, this is what I was saying to you before. This is the logistics of planning a whole event. Your brain's already turned to rushing into a week away. You know what I mean?
I'm thinking about bringing training because I'm like, shit, I've got training.
Well, I'm going to wrap this up soon, mate. Don't worry, I'll let you go. I actually was going to say to you, while I've got you on camera and I've got you as a captive audience, I'd love to do a part 2 of this if you fancy sometime in the future.
Yeah. I mean, like when I first got in touch with you, I was like, I'll happily do one. Talking about like,
I'd love you to have you on with Mitch if that would be
I
possible.
think that's a good one because again,
generational.
There's a million stories with Mitch. Like Mitchell, for people that don't know, like started wrestling when he was 9.
Was he 9? Was he?
Yeah.
Christ Almighty.
And I only let him come because he just mired us, and he was like, "Dad, I want to wrestle."
He's fantastic. I've seen him wrestle a few loads of times. He's great.
And well, for about between the ages of like 9. He was about 13, like he was wrestling all of the seniors.
Was he really?
So like whatever we're done with the seniors, Mitchell done as well. But awesome. I'm allowed to do that because he's my son. I was
gonna say he gets different rules in it. Yeah.
But it's sort of like.
And also check him out, Mitch the kid. He's fantastic. Yeah, absolutely fantastic.
But again, he's so like fastidious. So like he does acting, like outside wrestling, does like acting, stage theatre. The wrestling helped him a lot.
Indeed,
But he already had like
being in front of a crowd.
Yeah, like he wasn't intimidated by that.
He's very chill. He's a totally chill kid. Like I love him, mate.
And when I've had people come in, like he's learned from some of the best. Yeah. So he done like a training session with Soraya Knight,
right.
Johnny Saint.
Oh, right. Excellent.
Marty Jones. Some guys that have beaten WWE, like what's he called? So I can't remember his wrestling name. I can't remember. Another one would be like Nathan Cruz.
Right.
I can't remember the guy's name.
So he's learned from a lot of seasoned professionals. And yourself, of course. You know what I mean? Yeah.
And again, Mitchell's. I wouldn't say like he's totally took on my philosophy, but like a lot of my philosophy is in him.
Yeah.
And he tries and instills in other people because, I mean, he's been training people now for like 2 years. He started off with the juniors. Yeah. And then he would take some of the beginner seniors like through like the basics.
What is he now? 17.
Yeah.
18, 17.
17, 18 next year. But like he's.
You know when you talk to him, you can tell when you talk.
He's much more grown up than I was at that age.
Oh, he's more grown up than I was at 17.
So, like, when I was 17, I had like 2 kids.
Yeah.
He's 17, like
he's got a mature head on his shoulders. Yeah, he really does.
He just goes to college and he goes to work and he wrestles. That's his life.
That's not a bad thing, mate. Honestly, I tell you what.
As a parent, it's like.
Every parent's dream.
I am what that is. Like there's no drinking or there's no like alcohol. Like
I've got 3 daughters, mate, and I hope that's how they turn out. You know what I mean?
Like I say, like when I was his age, I was terrible. Do you know what I mean? So
I was 17 of a similar sort, I think.
Yeah. I mean, like I am so proud of him. Like he wrestled the Mia Jordan this year.
Did he? Right.
And I'm man to say I was crying watching him because I was like,
that's pride, isn't it, man?
I was just like he's come on so well, and like again, this is someone that's like being like the top, and then he's saying to Mitchell like fucking, you know, you've got a good base here. You need to like if this is what you want to do, you need to stick in. And you need to like keep learning.
I think you can do
like
big things.
If you want to do. I'll be happy if he wants to like do stage and stuff like that. I'll be happy. Like again, is like a father.
Are you of the mentality as long as he's happy, you are okay?
Yeah. As long as they're doing something where like they love it and they're not like
just going to work for the sake of work.
Yeah.
Agreed. I totally agree with that.
And again, it's just like it's going to be a bit different for him because like obviously the stuff he wants to do, like failing, you know, it's going to be a lot more. Like so, if you want to go like acting and that, you know,
They're hard, he's picked hard industries to get into.
It's not just going to be like his skills. It's going to be like who he knows and like
it's connections he's going to build over a lifetime. I agree with that.
And it's just like if he's happy doing that, you know, and he can take it on the chin, then I'm more than happy to do it.
I mean, I've only met him a few times, but I mean, from speaking to the lad and obviously interacting with him, you can tell he's clued up. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He's, like you say, for 17 years old. He doesn't come across as 17 years old, you know what I mean? He might look 17 years old, but he doesn't come across.
Again, when it comes to wrestling and that, like, he's got no time for, like, people that are, like, believe, like, the character and
grandstanding.
So, like, you've seen a lot of people come in here and be like, oh, well, I'm champ, so I'm not losing. And it's just like...
They realise how wrestling works.
It's wrestling. Do you know what I mean? It's just like...
But no, I think... You've got a reason to be proud there because I've only interacted with the kid a few times, but he's a freaking lovely lad.
I mean, with FTW, I've tried to get like all my kids in. So like, my eldest daughter, she wanted to wrestle,
right?
But she got an injury and it wasn't an injury. She was setting the ring up,
right?
And I don't know why she tried to do like a bunny hop over the ring,
right?
And she got caught on a bit of metal.
Oh shit!
And it cut her right down to the bone.
Oh my god!
So like you saw like all of the fat, the muscle tissue, and all that, and the bone. And she'd done this on like the start of a new course. Right. So like, I had like 25 people come to start training, and she's injured straight away. And then the next day, 5 people come back. I'm not surprised. But I was like, this doesn't happen every session. I was just like. You know, she's messed up. That's a freak injury if ever there was one, isn't it? But she helps us with like the organisation, so she does like health and safety stuff and that. So you got a good family unit. Yeah, my other daughter Caitlin, she used to be the camera woman. Right. She also made a documentary about the wrestling. Oh, did she? Wow. Right. Okay. That won like national awards. Is that on YouTube? I think it's on YouTube. If not, could you send me a link to that? Yeah. I wouldn't mind seeing that. It was she'd done it in conjunction with Tyneside Theatre. Right. They've got like a young people filming thing. I know a guy who does a lot of work with them. And so she recorded that. That won like a national award. Wow. Right. My other daughter Hannah, she helps with like Facebook and stuff like that because that's her job. Then obviously Mitchell. And I've still got 4 other kids to be, but obviously, like Gabby, she helps out on the shows sometimes selling. Then I've got Matthew. He sometimes helps out, but like obviously he's like a 14-year-old boy who's just like, "Dad, this is boring." This. And then I've got like obviously my 2 little boys. They've only been to a few shows, but it's because they've got like autism, so like. They can't really come because one of them's got like sensory sound issues. Yeah, so if it gets too loud, my nephew's like that. And then Theo, he's got like, but he's like sensory, like touching things and that. Right. But also, like he'll just go and walk and talk to anybody, and like I have to say, I'm like. Even though all these people are here to come watch wrestling, I don't know who they are. Don't go and speak to them. Just wanders off. I know them, but you know what I mean? I love that because I love kids like that, man. Yeah, when Mitchell was a kid, so Mitchell went to his first wrestling show, he was 6 months old. Oh my God, wow. Right. The first time he come through the curtain, he was 2 years old because literally I was backstage and then he saw us getting ready. So he just started crying. He was like, "Dad, Dad, Dad." So I took him backstage. This was before the show. And I was like, "Right, calm down, calm down." I was like, "I'm just here." And then he was like, "Dad, I'm staying here." And then I had my match. And then he was just like, "Pick us up." So there's a picture on my Facebook, like I'm walking out with him in my arms. That's wonderful. And like I say, he's been wrestling for his whole life. You can tell he loves it though when you speak. Yeah. You can tell he loves it. He's really good. I know I've gushed over him a bit here, but it's because I'm honestly. When I found out how old he was, because he was setting up the ring when I first went to Rapid Action, and he was helped setting up the ring, and I couldn't get over how young he was. It was like, Jesus Christ, you're a child. You know what I mean? I was really shocked because you just don't think people of that age are doing it. You know what I mean? And actually having matches, maybe training, but not actually having matches. And he was really good. He wrestled Joseph Biggs that night. He was really good. Again, like he's probably only done as much as he had because he's my son.
He's got a bit of a... I know it's the contact thing you were saying, but at the same time, I still think he's one of those people I think he comes across as quite...
Yeah, well, I mean, like, in training, that he trains the hardest and that, you know. Yeah. And again, it's just like... when it comes to coaching and that, obviously, people listen to the coach and
Indeed,
that.
yeah.
But, like, they don't always fully listen to the coach.
Yeah.
You know, and you always got to have, like, the one person. So, like, when I played hockey, you know, you had one person that would be like, how are guys, let's get it done, and that, you know. That's Mitch.
It's not a bad thing to have.
So Mitch will be like,
he's your team captain.
Let's do press-ups, let's do squats, you know.
He's your team captain, isn't he? That's exactly it.
And I mean, like, a lot of the guys, like, who are even older than him respect him a lot.
That's good though.
You know,
which means it's only going to set him up well as he progresses through the show. But I tell you what, just because obviously our way you've got to get the training.
People are walking back and forward.
I know, I can see them after you. I want to quickly ask you a question that I ask everybody that comes on here. Favourite wrestler of all time? Favourite match?
I like Samoa Joe.
Awesome. Awesome choice.
Like, I used to love watching, like, ROH.
Oh, when he was at his peak.
Yeah, like 2004 and that. Like, you had, like, AJ Styles, Chris Daniels.
Punk was in them back then as well.
Punk. Bloody, I like Homicide as well.
Really? That's not what I would have expected.
Yeah,
well, right.
Like, I would love to do the Gringo Killer, but obviously, it's probably one of... Well, saying that though, I have wanted to try the Muscle Buster for a while. I think I've only done it once.
Right.
And then everyone was like, no, we're not taking that.
It's a horrible move. Don't get us wrong, it's a great move.
Yeah, well, I love Ultimate Muscle, the cartoon, where it comes from.
Right.
So,
is that where it's from? Is it? I didn't know that, right? Okay.
Can you go Buster or Butt Buster? Muscle Buster, favourite match? Well, actually...
Doesn't necessarily have to be favourite match, including Samoa Joe.
Samoa Joe, and then probably, I don't know, maybe's Hulk Hogan. I know that's...
Hey, you're the generation of it, mate. You're speaking to the choir here, you know, you're preaching to the choir here, you know what I mean?
Like, I started watching wrestling in, like, 86, so I was, like, 3 years old. First thing I saw was Hulk Hogan.
I was about that time, Hulk Hogan, aye.
But again, you know, it's childhood Kris, like, had, like, a lot of, like, good times because of Hulk Hogan. Like, obviously, as you get older, you know, it's one of them things. But then, favourite match, there's a few. So, Rock and Stone Cold.
Which one?
The first one.
At 15.
Yeah. Yep. And then maybe's The Rock versus Hulk Hogan. But I only like that because of, obviously, the crowd switch.
The flip, in WrestleMania 18. It's the greatest crowd reaction of all time. It's unreal.
Just as well because, obviously, it's just...
Seeing Hulk Hogan,
how absurd it is.
Reaction.
Yeah, how absurd it is. And, like, if you try to watch it with someone that's never watched wrestling...
I'm getting goosebumps just thinking about it.
What the fuck's going on here? Like, why is this crowd going wild for this old guy?
Yeah, but it was insane, that crowd pop. That's arguably the biggest pop I've ever heard, that.
Yeah, so I'll probably see them too. Like, obviously there's other matches and that, but they're like ones where, like, if I watched now, I would still get, like, goosebumps. Like,
you just mentioned it and I got goosebumps there, you know
like,
what I mean?
Hulk Hogan versus Ultimate Warrior, like, still, again, as a wrestler, you think there's not really much in the match.
It's not a great match.
Yeah.
But the story is spectacular.
Yeah, and it's like everything around it.
Yeah, agreed. I think, I tell you what, in terms of shouts, I think your Hogan Rock match is the one I've agreed with the most out of everybody I've ever had on, because that is an absolutely insane, that role reversal, that match is unreal.
And as well as, obviously, like, it's totally off the cuff and that, like...
It's one, but the thing is, they called it in the ring because they realised what had happened. Because as soon as Hogan's music hit, the crowd went insane. Now, was that? Might be testing my memory. I'm sure it was New York, wasn't it?
No, it was.
Was that New York?
No, it was Canada, because that's where King comes up with, like.
That's right.
It's Bizarro Land.
That's right.
The cheering Hulk Hogan and the booing The Rock.
That's right. Because they used to call Canada Bizarro Land. That's right. But no, I think they're good choices. If you'll indulge me just before we finish, I'm just going to give one more quick shout out to my sponsors.
Right.
So once again, check out Valves and Vibes, which is a Land Rover Defender company, not Discovery, as I have been saying. They do folding tent roofs, they do custom camper vehicles. As I say, they're a new company, they're owned by a friend of mine. They're Website isn't up and running yet, but they are on Facebook. Check them out. There's a lot of photos of the projects they've got on there. Fantastic work, all done in-house. And they're looking to be in the future where if you own a Defender already or would like a Defender supplied, they can perhaps fit the roof for you. So that is something they want to do. And also Insane Competitions, owned by the same person, which is a pay-to-play competition site where you can put, I think competitions start at 50 pence, anything up to a few quid. Prizes vary in size and obviously value, but you know, you can win things like Ray-Bans, you can win AirPods, and I think they've got like Xboxes and things on there. But yeah, check them out. Insane Competitions. One more time, we'll definitely have a part 2 of this because I think we definitely have a lot more to talk about. Yeah. But thank you so much for coming on, Kris, and thank you all for tuning in to the Wrestling Report again. I've been Stephen Fairbairn. Cheers.